as a commentator.
Well, especially because a lot of the dungeons have multiple entrances, so keeping track of where those entrances are is important.
Looks like we're off.
Starting out strong with a glove already, wow.
Yeah, Zarby deciding to check the sanctuary instead of Link's house.
I'm gonna go ahead and check and see what is at Hyrule Castle. So, if I recall correctly, it's all the dungeons and multi-entrance caves, rooms are randomized amongst themselves?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Is there a particular, other than the trend that Death Mountain is usually extremely important, is there any other like trends I should know about?
Probably only that, you probably already know this, but Turtle Rock, Desert, and Hyrule Castle are only shuffled amongst themselves, and only the back of Skullwoods is shuffled.
Okay. Is it because of just Turtle Rock, Desert, and Hyrule Castle share the same amount of exits and entrances?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Neato! I will say the one thing, when I play these, the fun part about it is obviously going through all the different entrances, but it's just sometimes it's like, oh, that's where that is. And it's, I don't know, if you just think about it in the context of the game world, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go see my uncle. Oh, it's Ganon, or something like that. It's always funny. Ooh, okay. Well, that's an interesting spot. It's pretty close to where Escape is, right?
Yeah, it's not too far away. Also, chat just corrected me. Apparently, I was wrong when I said that Desert, TR, and Castle are shuffled amongst themselves.
Okay,
not in full shuffle anyway. I
kind of sensed that you were wrong. I didn't want to correct you because I'm a good person. Because I was like, that sounds. I don't know if you. I don't know if the thing is I don't know, but now I know.
Yeah, and apparently better than I do.
Because that didn't sound right for the full ones that I did. Because I'm like, but I found T-Rock in like a stupid place. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it makes sense. If it's a full shuffle and the caves are shuffled in with the dungeons, then obviously there's more caves that have the same amount of exits.
I remember the one I did, it ended up, I needed a medallion to get into Mire just to get to Bumper Cave or something like that, something silly like that. It kind of blew my mind. Hey, a mushroom. And a Hype Cave, but no bombs for Hype Cave.
Yeah, he used his only bomb to get in here.
I feel like that's one of the first things, I mean, just like in open mode, that's like the first thing you do is you stock up on bombs, which we see Orphis is doing right now. Grabbing a couple bombs right there south of the Grove. But you never know what you're gonna find. Because like if it had been like Mini Moldorm Cave or something, you still want bombs.
Yeah, bombs are always very good, especially in the beginning when you don't even have any weapons or anything.
And that's it. 3 minutes in, and we already saw our first death. Shouts to Zarby. I mean, I don't blame him. We saw in the last race, I believe, maybe 2 hours in, and both our players still only had like 8 hearts, maybe 6 or 8 hearts. It was kind of rough. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, Engine Shuffle can make for some weird situations. We've seen a fighter sword Vitreous before because Mire was just required.
Ugh. No bueno. Oh wow, and Orphis already finding Death Mountain from the maze race? Yeah, from the maze race house in the bottom section of Kakariko.
Yep.
And as we know, there's a lot of dungeons up here. Ooh, Orphis gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's kind of scary to be up here with only 3 hearts.
Oh, and we saw the bow. Bow on Lake Hylia Island. So we're gonna be needing some flippers, a moon pearl, and a mirror, if we want to get those.
Well, at least they know where it is, or Zarby does.
Yeah, that's good info to have.
Orphis got crushed by a cabbage.
I feel like Orphis passed that section, but did not check out Lake Hylia Island. I'm sure he'll check it later.
Yeah, I do hope so, but I think it's probably on his route somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really surprised to see Zarby just checking stuff instead of getting bombs, as you said earlier.
Oh, look, bombs, but no rupees.
No, 2 rupees aren't going to get you much.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm doing like an open mode or something, one of the first things I do is I do Houlihan to acquire rupees, so if I don't find bombs from like poultries or whatnot, then I know I can go buy bombs. Of course, you don't know where all the shops are, but there are a lot of shops in this game. I'm sure you'll be able to find one. And there is the first sword is that in the library?
No, I think there was it looked like he was around the Eastern Palace, wasn't he? No, that was Zarby, I think.
Oh, it was in library. Okay.
Oh yeah, crazy.
An Eastern Palace leading to Hyrule Castle. I'm already confused. So I'm just gonna and now he's in Death Mountain. Of course. that makes perfect sense. So I'm just gonna focus on items. And okay, Agate Tower down in the bottom right in Death Mountain. We haven't found. Has either player checked Lumberjack Cave? I don't think they have. I don't think either player took the Sanctuary North route.
Nope, I don't think they have checked that.
Of course, where did Sanctuary pop them out at? Since Sanctuary does not always pop you out in the same spot.
That is a very good question. See, that's why it's usually very helpful to write stuff down, because we wouldn't know that.
Sank was escape, exit. Got it. And those Tektites are they're actually, I'd say they're worse than the crabs because they tend to get in the way, and they like to jump. And they will jump right at you and do 2 hearts of damage.
And there's not a lot of space to dodge them up there.
Not at all. Alright, so Orphis... Wait. Orphis has a sword. Yeah, not Zarby, I think. I was like, wait a minute, when did this happen? What order? What's going on right now?
Yeah, I was a little confused for a second too, but I think it was just a little hiccup on the tracker side.
That's fine. I have a tracker up as well, so... Oh, okay.
Oh no, Zarby
that's unfortunate too.
wastes his only bomb and then dies. The ultimate humiliation.
I believe he's also picked up his glove as well. Orphis picking up some bombs. Yeah, what's worse is that he also lost his only bomb that he had. So he's got to figure out a way to get some rupees. But yeah, I'm surprised, because the flipperless Houlihan is like my go-to. That's the first thing I do every open seed. I go Sanctuary, check the item there, do the flipperless Houlihan, then I check Link's house, and then usually go up to Uncle. That's my go-to route every time, pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely do Houlihan too at first, but I think I then go the vanilla route, I guess. I check the Lumberjack Cave and go through the forest and then down to Kakariko.
Oh, well, no, that's good. More bombs. I was about to say, I'm like, no bombs. It looks like Orphis is racking up some rupees. That's actually a really good spot to rack up some rupees there. So.
Yeah, I bet he wished he found the other guy that had a little bit more rupees in there, but 20 is better than none.
Yeah, exactly. I believe the other one has, 60 rupees? So... But this will be nice because he can get his 100 rupees to check the bottle vendor, and then he could never have to worry about thinking about him ever again.
Yep. Do we think he'll have anything worthwhile today?
Nah. I don't know. He rarely does. Maybe this time. Maybe this time.
Well, I guess.
That's a moon pearl. It's pretty good. I'd say.
I'll take that. Orphis finds the wishing well, but there's really not that much stuff in there. Finally gets another heart though, so that's a start.
I feel like Zarby's just been so hell-bent on checking these spots. Well, yeah, because... Oh yeah, didn't you find Hype Cave over here?
I think he did find a hype cave somewhere here. Yeah, he really wants to check that. I think it was down here.
Maybe he'll find his first sword here or something. Brian? Well, that's not a sword. It's still pretty good.
At least it's something. The rest of it was kind of meh.
So the question is, when you just, as like a very, very straightforward, like, how do I route entrance shuffle? Is it pretty much like efficiency? Like, I'm going to go to the place, at least at the beginning, I'm going to go to the place with the most entrances so I can check the most things as quickly as possible. Or is there kind of like a system or like spots you want to hit first before other spots?
Well, I think at the start at least, you really want to go for efficiency because the more entrances you can check, obviously, the more chances you have of finding an item somewhere. And then from there on out, it depends on what you want to do, I guess, because if you think about it, if you keep checking more entrances randomly, there's a big chance you won't find anything, like you'll find a shop or something. But if you find a dungeon, you usually want to at least check the items that you can check, because those are guaranteed, instead of checking more entrances that might lead to absolutely nothing. So dungeons are usually kind of a priority, I guess.
So far, we have not seen any dungeons, I don't think. Have we?
No, not that I remember, except for Aga Tower.
Yeah, that's true. Well, while we were yapping, Orphis picked up a shovel, and Zarby picked up the Quake Medallion. Which, of course, he can't use since he doesn't have a sword yet. Has he not been to Kakariko yet? Or was he... No, I don't think so.
I don't think he has been, because he hasn't checked, like, he hasn't farmed rupees where Orphis did earlier, and he hasn't checked the bottle vendor and stuff.
I think he's probably going to go there now after he drops off this mushroom.
I don't think we've seen Potion Shop yet either, have we?
Mm-mm. Not that I know of. Where is he off to next? Oh, I guess he's going to go do the north route up through past, like, Sanctuary and Graveyard, so that's a good... There's a lot of stuff you can check there. Might even find Ganon.
Might even do Flipperless Hooligan here.
Which is why he's... Oh, yeah, what is he doing? Oh, hey, look, Uncle.
Oh, hello. Let's see what he has for us today.
A B-Torp.
Yeah, alright.
That would be our first bottle. Nice. And I don't think we've seen the Sick Kid yet? I don't think so.
No, I don't remember it, at least.
Okay, cool. And Orphis is going to be making he's probably going to be making his way all the way over to where Ice Rock Cave is, and eventually getting his Brian. Honestly, I mean, having that sword early is nice, but it's not really, it's keeping him alive, I'd say. And, I mean, it let him do, like, Spiral Cave and stuff like that, but I don't think Zarby has yet to go up to Death Mountain yet. Ooh, Bombos.
Oh, hello, another medallion. That's pretty good. Zarby was on East Side Death Mountain shortly, but then he died up there.
Oh, yeah. To the Tektite.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, Zarby gonna go ahead and grab his... I love the music change. It's like, you're in Lost Woods, right? Right? Yeah, you're in Lost Woods.
A little bit confusing there.
Man, one medallion away, and then you don't even have to think about medallions. Now, that's a good scene, when you don't have to think about medallions at all.
Yeah, they can be pretty elusive sometimes.
Alright, time to find out... I think this is the first time we're seeing Lumberjack Cave. Don't quote me on that. But Be interesting to find out what that could be. It could be like bottom of the well, which would be probably the worst case scenario. Because that's a lot of chests to be locked behind Aga Tower.
Yeah, it's happened before, but it's always a little bit sad.
I think Orphis did check this. I'm already getting mixed up. Let's find out.
That's a fairy. Ah, bummer. I'm sad about the music going back to normal. The Lost Woods music is by far my favorite from this game. Oh, well, there's Ganon, I guess. So that means Aga 1 is definitely required, and so are boots.
That's pretty funny. I wonder, did he already check the vanilla entrance to Death Mountain?
I don't think so. I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
I guess he wouldn't have. Oh, wow, there's a fun place to put the breadsmiths.
Alright, that's also a good thing to find. This also gives Zarby a little bit of an advantage because he found the Aga 1 tower earlier in East Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now it doesn't really help him any, but
Well, the nice thing is we know that by the end of his route, though very slow, he will eventually find his sword over in the library, so that's good. It's just going to take him a little while to get there.
Yeah, he just needs to find another sword upgrade, I guess.
Ooh, bottom of the well right here. That's a lot of chests.
Yeah, it's a good find.
Oh ho ho! A hammer! What is this, swordless?
That's also a very good find.
So one of the trends that I've noticed with this version, with this game type, is Lantern. Lantern seems to be in a tricky spot more often than not. I think in one seat I saw it was like in right side G Tower. Or no, it was like in the Stalfos room of G Tower.
Yeah.
And no one got it for like maybe like the first like hour and a half of the game. It's brutal.
Yeah, the lamp was, I think it's because of how the dungeons are shuffled. So, like, instead of requiring it relatively early, I guess, in the vanilla randomizer, here it can be, like, pretty much anywhere, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess with the so many ways to get around, you just gotta find them. It's not as linearly, that's not a word. It's not as laid out as like a vanilla, as like a normal. There's a dog barking. So
there sure is.
You don't get like stopped by not having the lantern. Yo, Orphis, nice throw, dude.
Oh, whoops.
Gotta bomb that key door.
I guess he has enough bombs, so it doesn't really matter, but still.
He's got plenty. Alright, it's already picking up his moon pearl. I wasn't even keeping track of his rupee count, so good for him.
Yeah, I think you found most of them in the well.
And we saw earlier that Orphis did dig up a red rupee. So we know that the shovel is nothing really to get excited about, unfortunately. Fingers crossed that we'll get a useful fetch quest at some point, right? Because people love fetch quests and pedestal checks and pendant dungeons that you have to do for something. Right?
Yeah, people love trolling the runners. Isn't that how it always is?
Yeah. Oh, that is a good point. Zarby does now have access to the Dark World from North Kakariko or south of Link's house.
Oh yeah, because he got the hammer. That's important.
Now here's the dilemma, though. Do you go ahead and go to the Dark World, or do you go check all the stuff in Death Mountain that you could do?
That's a good question. I will probably check out the easily accessible Dark World stuff, like Village of Outcasts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And Orphis will be picking up his hammer here in a second as well. I believe the easiest way into Death Mountain was through the maze race house, the right door, I think, ended up... It was like, it went to Hyrule Castle, which the right door in Hyrule Castle went to Death Mountain, or something like that.
Yeah, it was a little bit convoluted, but it ended up on East Death Mountain pretty easily in the end.
It was very goofy, and it gave me a whole giggle. Not half a giggle, whole giggle.
A whole one?
Yeah.
Man,
that's pretty good.
Special.
I know, right? Well, Zarby, I think he still needs to go... Oh, no, he's going to go... Okay. Because he did skip checking Spiral Cave to check more stuff, because he knew it would take him somewhere else. Hopefully he goes down and checks the last 2 spots below before going through Spiral Cave. It's okay. There's still time. Because we still want Zarby to get his first sword.
Yeah, at this point it would be pretty nice. He might be farming rupees here for a while. I don't know.
I can't imagine someone farming rupees to 500 at that point. It is a little alarming that we haven't seen a 300 rupee count yet.
Orphis finding Ganon and realizing that Aga 1 is definitely required.
Which, honestly, I think that's fine. It's the situations where, like... I remember, like, Lumberjack leading to, like, book or shovel or, you know, something that you aren't sure is required or not.
Mm-hmm.
Those are worst-case scenarios. When you know that everybody has to do Aga 1, that's fine.
It's true. I mean, the Aga 1 part isn't really the problem, I'd say. I'd say the trollier problem, maybe, are the boots. Because, you know, it could just be bootless, the whole game. Maybe you don't need them.
Yeah. And we see from the vanilla Death Mountain entrance, Swamp Palace. So, of course, we're in the Light World, and we have Zarby's music, so we couldn't hear what music was playing, so we don't know if it was Crystal or Pendant. So we don't know if the flippers are required yet. So hold on to your butts. We'll figure that out soon. Now, here's what I'm hoping. Zarby will save and quit at some point, go to Link's house, go dig up his red rupee, and then walk all the way over to go check Maze Race and all that stuff, and eventually get his sword. Zarby, please do that. Please do that thing that I just said.
Yes, please, Zarby.
Oh, it's fine. Go ahead and check your dungeons, your Death Mountain caves. That's fine. I permit thee.
Finds an old man, doesn't really know if he wants to go through his cave. I guess he decides against it so he can check more of the stuff here. I think it's kind of funny that the old man is always in his cave, regardless of you rescuing him or not.
Mm-hmm. You do one of those double takes, you're like, wait, didn't I just... You shouldn't be here. It's one of the quirks about randomizer is how it still will find a way to kind of break up the hey. Okay, I take it back. Zarby figured it out. he didn't need to save and quit. He just needed to go through a cave that led him here. That he didn't know about and just got lucky. Or maybe he did know about it. Maybe he's just smarter than me.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to figure that out, but that was pretty good for him. He seems to be fine being here.
So pretty much at that point, both of our players are neck and neck. I can't really say who's got a lead.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really has a lead. I mean, Orphis is the only one who's found a dungeon so far, I think. Did
you see that? Did you see it was in Maze Race?
Nope, I didn't pay attention.
Oh, it was the flippers. So.
Ooh, hello.
Which, if our players can find the mirror, that's not going to be hard to get. They can just mirror in, do the Maze Race, grab those, and then they still... And, okay, so yeah, the next thing that these players need is the mirror, because the mirror will get them both the flippers, which will then get them the bow.
Oh yeah, you're right, because that's on, like, Hylia Island.
And based on all that, you would think that that Swamp Palace would be required. But who knows? This game is like, no, you need everything you need for Swamp Palace, but not Swamp Palace, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, you can never be too sure.
You can fake to the bow. It's a little goofy how you have to do it. But if you have the boots... Wow, is Zarby digging up so many bumps?
Yeah, jeez.
If you have the boots, you can set up a water walk from Skull Woods. and then walk all the way over, jump in the water by the broken bridge, and then you can go through the portal, and then go all the way over and mirror to get the bow, which it's very hard to do. Takes some trial and error.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. All the way from Skullwoods.
Mm-hmm. I did it. I had to do it once. Me and Futon were doing an overworld glitches, and we got stuck because we didn't know about a particular glitch. Because like Moon Pearl was on the floating island up in Death Mountain, and we didn't know that there was a glitch. There's a clip to get onto that island. So we did like literally everything else in the book, and still couldn't figure it out, including that one to get. I think it was Fire Rod that ended up being on Lake Hylia Island. But anyway, it was kind of fun trying them out, and I was like, this shouldn't work, but then it did. So.
Yeah, this game has some weird glitches. They're all magic to me. I've never really bothered checking into them. I've watched a bunch of glitch stuff, but it's just, I can't really, I know theoretically what you have to do, but I just never really bothered with it.
You know the concept, just not the setup.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that's
Desert Palace.
Yep, Desert Palace. And Orphis finds Hyrule Castle. I think Zarby was in here before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't go down to Zelda's cell, did he?
No, I think he went back through it, which is where he got to go to the library and whatnot to get his sword. He probably didn't want to do this because he didn't have a sword, but he did have a hammer, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see if it's worth it or just a waste of time, I guess.
Now, I was told if you find the second half of Desert Palace to go ahead and grab a small key while you're in there. That seems to be... I don't know. I don't know if that's like the thing to do. Because I don't think the logic at all still considers you or requires you to steal a key from the second half of Desert.
No, I don't think the logic requires you to. I'm not sure if it's a thing or not. You can do it, but you're kind of sequence breaking the logic a little bit, I guess. I guess in the worst case scenario, you might lock yourself out of the end.
Yeah. Alright, and so far, Escape has only seen an ice rod, which is still pretty good. We don't know if we'll need that yet, but we've got it. It's there. We don't have to think about it.
Yeah, no, ice rod, not too bad. I'll take it.
Yeah, these players still... I feel like they're at that point where they're like, okay, I've seen a lot of caves that I haven't finished. Either I take care of those, or go to the Dark World.
I want to see that Dark World. I think they're both really looking for dungeon entrances. At least that's what I would do at this point. Which means nothing, because as I said, I've never really played an entrance shuffle in my life, but...
Then how are you qualified to comment? No, I'm kidding.
Wow, ouch. My heart
Can we get
bleeding.
A real professional in here? Come on, guys.
Oh, man. Shots fired.
Nah, it's okay. Look, it's Zelda. That's all we need to know.
I think I'm still doing pretty okay-ish.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, there really isn't that much crazy, wacky stuff you have to memorize. Or, I mean... It's fine. It's pretty straightforward. It's just a big memorization game. It's like, oh, I flipped a card. Oh, it's a squirrel. All right, I got to find the other card that's also a squirrel. That's about it.
Yeah, I guess you can put it that way.
I wonder if Zarby's going to be... I don't know if Zarby's actually been in Eastern or not, but I wonder if he's going to be finally making a trip into the Dark World at this point. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. He didn't do it.
He did not do it.
Now, where... I don't remember where Eastern Palace led. Didn't it lead to Hyrule? Maybe?
I think it led somewhere to Death Mountain, didn't it? Maybe I'm making stuff up. Oh, it led
What's
to
Hyrule?
Hyrule, which led to
And
Death
he's okay. I'm like, is he still gonna? He still has to do this whole thing. He's got to save Invisible Zelda and get his Invisible Ice Rod.
Yep, he's definitely doing it. So far, we haven't really seen a whole lot of divergence either. I mean, I guess they've been kind of railroaded, but since they've both had Dark World access for quite a while now, it's kind of surprising that not one of them has at least checked a little bit.
I guess the downside about already going into the Dark World is you want to knock out all the Light World locations and mark down where everything is. Like you were saying before, they want to look for dungeons. And as soon as you start doing Dark World stuff, then it gets a little confusing. You're like, did I do that? No, I did that. Did I? I don't know. So, I think Orphis might have finally hit that point where he's ready to go to the Dark World. Do it! Where is he going? There you go. Ice Rod kills... Oh yeah, it does kill blue soldiers, and it's really weird. It will freeze green soldiers and blue archers, but it kills blue soldiers in one hit.
I'm very disappointed that neither of these guys have frozen the Green Garden and thrown it at the ball and chain guy.
Look, I get it. They just don't like fun. That's fine. Whatever. I don't either.
Really?
Just kidding. I love fun. Alrighty. We have the Dark World. Let's see what we got going on here. Now the question is, how long is Zarby going to hang out in the Light World before he heads here as well? And Super Bunny Cave.
Alright, that's two guaranteed items, as crappy as they might be. Has to go the normal, boring, vanilla way.
Zarby's contemplating, I don't have the lamp. Do I really want to do this? Is it really worth my time? And
nope.
Don't blame him. Dark rooms are
those.
just not fun. None of them are. Not even Eastern.
Yeah, I'd say Eastern counts as the only ones.
Maybe the east side of Eastern, but the room with the Igors and
yeah,
Bag of Worms. I don't know, what are they called? Do you remember what their actual names are?
No, the only thing I remember about these guys is that Sakura calls them hentai monsters.
Hentai monsters. This is a kids program? We can
I know. I'm just saying that's what she calls them. So
I'm just kidding.
Kinda stuck with me.
Ooh, okay, this is good info. Because he's going to have to come back here once he gets that mirror. Because that spot in the Light World could easily be something useful. And something people often forget.
Yep, definitely a good find. Also manages to find fight off the murder bird. Ooh, and that's a very good find, but that's sadly the wrong side of it.
We'll see what route Zarby's going to take through his Dark World journey. We'll see who finds what stuff first. Well, there's Sahasrahla. That's actually a pretty decent place for him to be. If we eventually need to get a green pendant, I would like to see our players take a look at that map. That'd be good. Oh, there it is!
Well,
there's the mirror!
Just okay. Neat. Now he can get into the 7 chest cave too.
And he can go get his flippers to go get his bow.
Oh yeah, that too. That's a really big find.
So hopefully he remembers to go do that. And it looks like Zarby is going to be realizing his error and backtracking. Yeah, let's hope that our players remember, or at least Orphis remembers to come back here and check with this mirror, because that would be an easy place to forget and never come back to. And once again, it could end up being absolutely nothing in the Light World. We don't know.
I mean, they could always check in the Light World, right? So if they walk past it, they would be reminded. to maybe go there.
Yeah, especially since that's Swamp Palace over there, so in the light world. So maybe they'll be reminded of it. But hey, this is going to lead him other places with a friendly bomb jump if he happens to do it.
Yeah, he just got blue mail and a heart piece for a refill, so health-wise it shouldn't be a problem. I'm not sure if he knows how to do it.
Ah, that's a good point. I didn't really think about that. The using of the mirror to delete that block could count as a sequence break. It's not really something you think about or consider. That's interesting. All right, where's this taking us? What? I love it when that happens. Because it's like, well, no way back now.
Not quite what was expected, but he's definitely not getting back from here.
Well, welcome to Dark World Death Mountain. It's not a friendly place. No siree. Especially with Lionel's and a fighter sword.
Yeah, luckily he's found the blue mail, but still, those guys hurt.
Oh, alright, let's try and see if Desert is boots locked or not.
Yeah, might be our second place that requires the boots today.
Oh, it looks like Zarby. That was weird. How did that miss? It went right through him. Uh-oh. Alright, looks like Zarby also remembered we'll be doing the exact same thing. Picking up his blue mail. Do it. Do it. Yeah. What are the chances of the game requiring you to get all the crystals to open up G Tower to get something required to like beat the game? Is that possible? Since G Tower is shuffled?
I think potentially it is possible.
Just very rare, probably.
I don't want to say anything wrong here. There's definitely people in chat that know better than me, but I think it is possible, yeah.
I mean, I know you need all the crystals to beat the game, obviously, but to beat the game and then still need to go through G Tower. Like the G Tower entrance to actually go somewhere that's necessary. I guess you'd need a very, very specific situation. Oh! And coming out the T-Rock entrance, also not being able to finish that, but he knows that he has the medallion for T-Rock now, so I guess that's good info, if maybe not.
Orphis is finding all the one-way exits today, it seems like. We also saw that Desert is boots locked, so boots are super required this seed.
Wow, Vanilla Hera. How excited.
That is surprising, I would say.
Alright, so we're going to be picking up his first crystal. We got the most vanilla, well, aside from a blue mail, this is a very vanilla Hera with weapons. Well, I mean, does it? Well, I guess you could have the ice rod technically. And
do you have the hammer here usually?
No, you don't.
I haven't played vanilla in so long. I seriously don't
remember. It depends on if he
anything.
uses it or not. Oh, and there's the T-Rock entrance. I don't think we've seen a map check yet, so...
according to our tracker, we've seen a map check in the light world, apparently, that we missed.
Yeah, for the dark world. I feel like oftentimes you find Hera or, you know, some of these easier dungeons, or just dungeons in general in Kakariko, but I think both of the Kakariko entrances led to Hyrule Castle or something like that.
Yeah, it's been kind of, I don't know, sparse on dungeons.
Skullwoods and Mire are 5 and 6. Thieves Town and Swamp are pendants. Swamp being the green pendant. So, we need all those things for Swamp Palace, and it's a pendant. That's funny.
Might still be required.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sahasrara was conveniently placed up
Might
in
also
the Dark
hide the
World.
boots.
That's true. Now we don't have a hookshot yet, but so we don't have to. We won't be able to finish it, but these players can definitely start it as soon as they find the dam and get their flippers.
Yep.
But you'd think at this point, would you still remember where those flippers were? I don't even know if both players checked. I think only
Personally, I probably wouldn't remember, but I think both these guys are taking notes. I
That's
hope
true.
at least.
They're smarter than me, because I just don't take notes. I'm like, where was that again? I put it in the power of my viewers to keep track of stuff for me. Since I'll probably never actually like do a real race of entrance shuffle, I'll just play it casually.
Yeah, I can definitely get behind that.
And evidently, it seems that the Hera basement might have a potential item.
Yep, sadly is like in a fire source for that.
Oh, that poor guy's getting bullied. Ooh, Spike Cave. Vanilla Spike Cave. What is going on? Death Mountain, what are you doing?
Yeah, why is Death Mountain all vanilla today? Very weird.
Now, this is possible with the amount of health and Brian.
It's not fun, but he could do it.
I think, yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah, I think it should be alright. Oh, look at this. We were paying so much attention to Zarby that we missed Orphis getting his boots.
Oh, crap. Where'd he get him? Oh, were they on the pyramid? Wow.
I think it might have been on the pyramid, yeah.
He also got his cape as well, so he'll be able to check all 3 spots on top of Hyrule Castle. Oh, and there's Eastern Palace, but Eastern Palace is a pendant.
Yeah, he's thinking about checking it, but decides against it, I guess. I don't know, would you check it at this point? For the items that you can get at least?
I mean, if knowing where the bow is, I would probably put it off until I could full clear it, but I probably wouldn't do it at this point. There's still so much other stuff I'd rather be doing. There's Thieves Town, which is another pendant. So pendant dungeons on top of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, looks like he wants to check the items here, though.
Yeah, you'd rather do this than check Eastern. Which I mean, I guess I don't know.
I think I would have checked Eastern too, just because of what I said earlier, where it's like, okay, you might not get anything, but these are guaranteed chests, instead of checking entrances where you might find like 3 shops in a row and not get anything out of it.
And a fortune teller. Don't forget those.
Yeah. It's really kind of a toss-up with the pendant, so I don't know.
I mean, it's the same thing you go through your head whenever you're playing even just a normal or like a standard or an open. It's like you go check Sahasrara, like I haven't found anything yet. Should I go ahead and do Eastern? It is a pendant. I can't complete it. Should I do it?
Yeah, pretty much.
In my opinion, the worst seeds are the ones where Thieves Town is a pendant, because Thieves Town takes quite a bit of time to check all of it, especially if you don't have the boots. But so many times we've had blind holding something important. Ooh, let's see what we got here, Zarby. Oh, Meyer. That's good. That's gonna come into play later.
Not good for him right now, but definitely a good find.
That is good to know. Because he will have to complete that dungeon once he gets the stuff he needs for it, obviously.
Yep, no way around it.
So we've seen a lot. We've seen all 3 pendant dungeons. We've seen Desert, T-Rock, and Mire. Have we seen... I don't think we've seen Pod. Or
Nope, we haven't seen
Skullwoods.
Pot yet, and Skullwoods.
Or Ice Palace. Oh, there's our first 300. Finally.
Alright, that pushes Orphis into Sora money too, I think.
Man, there are so many spots to check at this point. But those boots were such a nice find.
Yeah, it's going to make everything feel a lot better. And he can check all the bonk locations, which are one of the things that I used to always forget about.
Mm-hmm, same. Especially if you have like the flute, because you don't save and quit and go to Sanctuary like hardly at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even think about those. You're like, oh crap, bonk rocks. Ah, crap, King's Tomb. Ah. I'm assuming he got his cape from somewhere on Death Mountain, because I did see him check a lot of spots while he was up on top of Death Mountain. Zarby, what are you doing?
Ooh, and Quarter Magic, that's a really good find.
Ooh, nice. Alright, well, Pendant Thieves Town. Definitely shaping up. Oh! Well, Blue Mail is nice. Keeping people alive. Dark DM had Mini Moldorn? Okay, that's what I thought. I remember him popping in there. Yeah, guys, I did one... When we started our exhibition races again, I did the first one. Me and DT commentated for that, but this is my first entrance shuffle commentary, so... How's my driving? How am I doing? My coffee is keeping me awake right now. And Herpes
doing awesome.
Herpes keeping me awake as well.
Aw, I hope that's a good thing. It's better than making you fall asleep, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't counting items either in Thieves Town, but apparently Orphis decided not to kill blind, so...
I only saw 3 items, but he might have easily missed one. Because he got Quarter Magic, a Red Rupee, and a Bomb capacity upgrade. Man, I'm starting to get the feeling that these players have forgotten about that flute. Or not flute, flippers, excuse me. Yo! Ooh! Wow, Red Cane right there for Zarby. A really nice
Nagina's cave. I didn't see where it was.
I believe... it's so disorienting. Oh, wow, right there. Right above Village of Outcasts. So...
Alright, so... That's probably a location that Orphis should check in time.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is some good routing, because after he... Unless he gets distracted by something fancy, he'll be able to wrap all the way down, get his flippers, check Dark World Hype Cave, unless he already did, and then jump in the water and get his bow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then... Well, the world's his oyster. We'll see where he goes next. Oh, this is what I was talking about. This is that distraction I was talking about. Don't do it. I'm sure he'll just find out where it's going to take him.
Looks like Orphis found the backside of Bumper Cave.
Oh, G-Tower.
Oh, that's a good find. He does have Cane of Samaria, but no Fire Source or Hookshot.
So he can check some stuff, but not everything. Now, the question is, will this... Oh, he doesn't have a Fire Source, so he can't even, like, ascend if he finds the big key.
Yeah.
But
Orphis
this...
finds Pod.
Hey, look! That's a G-Tower that I want, please.
Oh,
all the time. Oh, wow, and Orphis finding Palace of Darkness. In Palace of Darkness. Vanilla Palace of Darkness? So we got Vanilla Hera and Vanilla Palace of Darkness.
Considering this is supposed to be a full shuffle.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Who made this seed? I want my money back. I'm mad.
Feasible.
Oh, and the friendliest of big keys in Palace of Darkness, if you were in go mode. Oh, he's in Death Mountain? Oh, okay, never mind. I missed that spot. But he had to go through a vanilla Palace of Darkness to get up to Death Mountain, right? So I'm half right? Half credit? Can I have that? Ooh, Oh my gosh, Zarby. Please.
Cutting it a little close there.
Get your small key and go.
Well, I think that's pretty much all you can do here, right?
Yeah, you can check what's on the bonk item, but that's about it. No
and
powder.
He doesn't have the boots yet.
Gonna check Vanilla Mimic Cave. Let's see what we got in here. Ooh. Please be a sword. Ah. Oh, it could have at least been like Sankheart or something.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But he is quite in the lead on hearts, right? Unless I'm totally blind.
He's got one more heart.
Yeah, so that's a lead.
Technically, yes. Technically, you are correct.
Maybe not quite the lead, but it's a lead.
Alright, back into Village of Outcasts with that beautiful Dark World Death Mountain music. Good stuff. While Orphis continues searching around Palace of Darkness with not all the means to complete it, since he does not have his bow. Because if I recall correctly, he did not see the flippers at the maze race. Or he might have. I don't know. Ooh, blind space
finding a blind spot here. That's a pretty good find, I'd say. Depending on what he gets, of course.
I really like the muddled, the quiet like Dark World Death Mountain music playing in the background. Like someone's wearing like headphones and just jamming out to it. The person upstairs is listening to it. It's just really loud. And we got the powder. That would have been nice in G-Tower.
So would you say the powder counts more as a support item or more as a fetch quest item?
I mean, if you could heal yourself with a shovel, you just whack yourself on the head with a shovel and your health goes up.
Yeah, okay, sounds like a thing.
I mean, it's got. Oh, he could check Batcave. Oh wait, that's not Batcave. What cave is that though? What drop-down caves have we not seen yet?
I don't think we've seen Bat yet.
Yeah, so that might be Vanilla Bat.
But he doesn't have the Titan's Mid, so he can't get in there.
Zarby, where are you going? Zarby, don't do it. Oh, that's where Batcave is. Okay. Dig up, stupid. No magic.
Oh man, that's happened to me a couple of times already.
Wait, can't you? Isn't there? Oh, someone taught me there's a glitch you can do if you like mash. If you're mashing the Cane of Samaria and you switch to the powder and you have no magic, it'll make magic appear for no reason.
Really?
And you could use it without having any magic.
Okay, maybe. I've never heard about that.
It's true. Why would I lie? Ooh, he should check the fairy. See if the fairy will give him something. Maybe it'll give him a green potion.
So far, all the bottles he's found has had bees in them.
A golden boy. You can dig up magic. That is true. Though nobody wants to play on RNG. That's boring. Our Lord and Savior game. Hey! Right. Wow, that's actually... He's gonna get 2. That is... Oh, he had 2 golden beads. No, he's gonna get 2 more. I'm kind of half mad that he's letting go both of his beautiful golden boys, but at the same time, you gotta play to win, not play to meme.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Free blue potions, man. Can't say no. Why isn't he filling up a second bottle?
One's good enough.
Alright. He's the pro. I'm just the guy talking about it.
He's just gonna pour half of the blue potion in the other jar, and so it's 2 halves instead.
Oh, he's gonna split them up. Okay,
yeah.
That makes sense.
It does, because then what if you just want magic in one of them? Yeah, he's gonna separate them so one's green and one's red.
So combine them and then separate them like in Resident Evil?
It's a thing. Don't worry about it.
Like the herbs.
Aw, man, all that work just for some bombs, but hey. Bombs are nice. And I believe Orphis did not find anything of value in Palace of Darkness. But finding a sick kid is good. Except when he gives you nothing. So yeah, it seems like Orphis is doing a lot of entrance checking, which Zarby will eventually have to do at some point. So it's nice having those all knocked out of the way. But Zarby's been hanging out in Village of Outcasts for quite some time. Why don't you go see the sights? It's time to take a tour. Jump on the tour bus. Go see what else we got going on around here. See, that's what I'm wondering. I remember Zarby checking the race game. I don't know if Orphis did. Ooh, Ice Rock Cave. Hey, Zarby's still leading the heart race, so he's still got one more. Orphis finding all the 3 hundos. I hope Zarby remembers the flippers. I'm sure he will. Right? Right? Well, at least that
he should. I hope so.
He's still gonna dig up some more for his trip to Zora eventually. Which, not a bad idea. Though if he just kept checking stuff, he'd find all those 3 hundos, but... There's a lot of chests, a lot of places to check.
Yeah, and usually I have to say this, at least for me, it seems to be more generous with the 20s. Oh, there we go, I guess.
Oh, wow, and suddenly our players are right next to each other, just like that. Where did he come
some
from?
high fives.
That's crazy how much ground you can cover when you have the boots, so... But the pyramid is such a... location to go check. It looks like both players... Well, both players are gonna go get their flippers.
Very good.
Good job, guys. Oh, psych. Ooh, I wonder why he didn't at least check to see what was in there.
I think he just wants to get the flippers out of the way, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, he might go back in and then drop down. Alright. Flippers in hand. Both players can now go... Oh. Oh, this could be big if this ends up holding something important. Like a Master Sword.
I think it was Blue Boomerang, yeah. I think Orphis checked it from the other side earlier.
Oh, okay, we've already seen it. Alright. Well, I stand wildly corrected.
It happens to the best of us.
So right now, our players can... Well, Orphis with the boots can finish Desert Palace. Both players can start Swamp.
They can both now check...
Oh wait, no they can't, because they haven't found the dam yet, sorry.
Yeah. They can do the Zora area, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And as well as the East Dark World Lake Hylia section, whatever that's called. Zarby with the Canis Maria can do a little bit more in T-Rock and some other places. I don't know, it's hard to say. There's a lot of stuff these players can do right now. Just a matter of when and where and why.
They still got a lot of options.
Hopefully Zarby will make his way up to the pyramid so he can get his boots so he can start going fast. Because this is a speed run. We like to see our players go fast. Ideally.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point.
And it looks like that's the route he's taking, because I believe Zarby started out checking Hype Cave area. No, maybe that was Orphis. I don't know. There's so much to remember. Now the question is, what are some of the... Oh. Did he not... Oh, he never turned in his mushroom.
No, that was Zarby, so... We'll see when he gets there.
Yeah, it looks like that's where he's heading right now as well. Now, I wonder if both these players are going to head into check Zora after doing all this. So this might... Oh, Zarby's going to do Zora right now in the Lake Hylia... The Venus Fairy Fountain, I guess, is what it's called. Oh, it's a fairy fountain.
Ooh, and the dam.
Oh, and the mitts!
Oh, Jesus.
Machi. Some good stuff to find. Well, that definitely makes me want to go... Would make me want to go do Swamp relatively quickly.
Yeah, I think Orphis has to make the decision now, I guess, between Desert or Swamp, whichever one he prefers.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe either player has checked the hobo since they had just received their flippers, and neither one of them did fake flippers to check it.
That is correct, I believe.
And looks like Zarby's gonna go check hobo. Good job.
You called it.
I just hope that he goes immediately to the pyramid afterwards.
Yeah, he really needs to get those boots. Yeah, seems to be continuing up his way there.
Good.
I wonder, is he gonna check Quakefish? I don't think Orphis checked them.
I don't think so either. And he might go up there and then mirror to check Zora and do all that stuff. So this is actually some decent routing. I was afraid he was gonna go check Zora quick, like when he was first over there. Now the question is he gonna mirror here and check out Thieves Town, Eastern, or what else is over there? I think one of them was a Death Mountain entrance.
Yeah, I believe so. And Zarby finally gets his boots.
Oh, he's not even going to check them.
No, it looks like he wants to continue his little round through the Dark World.
It's not a bad option. Especially since he knows... He's the only one that knows where G-Tower is as well. And I wonder, with those boots in hand, if he'll be like, I could go... Well, no, hookshot is still kind of preferred, unless he's comfortable doing bomb jumps and stuff. So,
yeah, it's doable. It's just not very fun, I guess.
No. Well, bomb jumping up to the Stalfos Rim is not too bad. And there's also the bomb jump in the Fire Snake room, which also isn't too bad. But I'm sure he's going to want to do other stuff first.
Yeah, if you have this many options, I think it's probably a good idea.
Now, what is this Dark World Mall that people keep saying?
It's the East Lake Hylia side. It's the shopping mall because in the seed I commentated in the very beginning of this tournament. I called it that because it had like 3 shops and or 2 shops and a fortune teller. And then in the Dark World, it had like 3 fairies. So it just turned into the shopping mall and the like.
Was there at least a taco truck? Because I mean, if you're gonna have you gotta at least have a taco truck.
There were a bunch of crabs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hook shot on the Zora ledge.
Yeah, so this was a brilliant play. This is now saying, hey, Swamp Palace, right? You know the place, right? You should probably go there.
Yeah, sounds like you were right with what you were originally saying.
And unfortunately, neither of our players spent too much time farming rupees, because getting nothing but bombs from Zora is not the greatest thing, but it's still better than some life lessons.
Looks like Zarby decides not to save and quit here. I wonder where he could be going.
I'm pretty sure he still wants to hit up like Dark World Graveyard and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Hopefully he also makes his way down to the shopping mall, as you would say, in the Dark World, to go hit the dam up.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't forget about that. He's kind of went the opposite direction up to the pyramid and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which worked for him, because having boots is very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he thought about it. Maybe he'll do the north stuff and then... Because you can take that portal right there to get over to the shopping mall area, so that's... And it looked like he was considering it. But I think you want to check out these first. And... Have we... What have we seen here? Have we seen King's Tomb? I don't know if Orphis did King's Tomb or not.
I don't quite remember. I think Zarby was checking the ledge cave earlier. And it had nothing. Just a fairy.
I'll say one of the worst things about Entrance Shuffle would be checking Fat Fairy or Double Chested Fairy and finding like a fairy fountain or a fortune teller or something. Worst case scenario. Well, maybe not. There are probably worse things to make you do, but I'd say that one's pretty bad. Now I'm wondering, is he after this if he's going to pop back in the portal and head over to that area?
I think you should. It seems like he's... Ooh, hello.
Orphis already did this, didn't he?
I don't think he did. I'm not sure. I feel like he has checked a couple of bonk spots, but I don't feel like we've seen the Mimic Cave yet. Maybe I'm just not remembering.
Wow. It's garbage anyway.
Yeah, not
Oh
too
yeah,
worth
because
it either way.
we also want him to go to the shopping mall so he can go get his Titan mitts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Zarby. Where you going? What are you doing? What's over here?
Is he gonna open the... No, he can't.
I don't know if he's checked this, or maybe he has. Oh, look, it's SWAT. Oh. Go back to your portal. No. Portal's the other way. Zarby, up! Zarby!
Nope. He's not going back. That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's three locations. What are the odds that one of them is going to be the freaking dam? We don't know that, so...
Yeah, it just seemed that he was very thorough in checking like all the overworld spots.
Yeah. It's easy to forget those, though. I was surprised he didn't check it when he was first over there, because he swam by it. I figured he would have gone and checked that and then gone back, but instead he went up, did Hobo, and then did Pyramid, as opposed to checking all that, so...
I do hope he hasn't forgotten about that.
Well, hopefully we'll see that. Because the worst thing, and I feel like it happens a lot in Entrance Shuffle, is people just missing one location, or one thing, or forgetting one thing. Which I feel like is a lot easier to do than in a standard or a casual.
Yeah. It happens a lot where people just forget about like one cave or one area, and there's an item that they absolutely need, and it just takes them forever to go there.
Now, I love this. It looks like both of our players are going to be hanging out in G-Tower. Guys, look at this time. 1:08, and our players are finally hitting up G-Tower. Let's see if they can find the big key first. But blah, 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 blah. That's the joke. Hopefully both of our players will find a fire source while they're in here, which will allow them to complete the whole dungeon. Because as of right now, they have the means to do everything. And we won't be seeing any red boomerang strats on Armos this time. We hope.
We hope. It might still happen.
Dreams do come true. Also, a sword would be nice. A sword would be pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like it's about time for a sword upgrade. So far, they've really only picked up the bug net here. It's just nice to have, I suppose.
Oh my gosh. This is neck and neck. The only difference is Zarby has done the tile room, which did lose him a little bit of time. it's moments like these that are amazing. That frame perfect pause and bomb switch. It's like there's so much that these players could be doing now in the game, and yet they're doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's crazy considering the diversion in path and everything, and now they're here at the exact same second.
I love this. This is awesome. Oh, and Orphis taking a very slight lead with some quicker menuing, I believe. But it is anybody's game at this point. And we still haven't seen anything of value in this dang old dungeon. Ooh.
This is so synced up, it's crazy.
A fire shield. More heart pieces. Oh, and both our players are tied in hearts now, so... Zarby, that lead you had, it is gone. Also, look at the rupee count. It's
yeah, everything, except for the quarter magic, everything is really close.
Oh yeah, because he never went to Thieves Town. And yeah, other than the... Well, it's a good thing Titan bits aren't like required in this dungeon or anything.
Yeah, they'd still like a fire source, but what can you do?
A fire sword?
Fire source.
Oh, wow. I didn't even... You know, you never really go through that door. Ever.
Yeah, not
I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. Because now he'll be able to just mirror out after he checks Ice Armos. I guess you never really continue going through this dungeon after you get the big key normally, so...
Yeah, this is just... Well, not always, but usually it's a big treasure trove because of all of the chests, and you just finding it in the middle of the game, basically.
What is... Why is he using the ice rod? Oh, man. That was the dumbest / greatest thing. You know, I know he oh! Ho ho ho! The flute. Now that is a pretty good find.
That is a really good find.
Does he not know that he has a bow?
Maybe not. Maybe he just doesn't care.
He's just having fun. Oh, hey, look, a bow. Orphis, please.
Oh, there we go. Last arrow.
Now, let's talk about this awesome convenience. He got to backtrack and brought him right here to activate his flute. It's like the game knew.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect.
That was very nice. Where were you when Orphis used the Ice Rod on Ice Armos and not the bow? Now, of course, flute is nice and convenient, but at the same time, it's going to help Orphis more than it is going to help Zarby. Until he makes his way over to get his Titan mitts, however long that takes. It's just one of those things where it's like, there's this one spot that you need to go to progress, when you have the rest of the world to do, and one player doesn't check it, so...
I do feel like Zarby checked most of the overworld already, though.
That's true.
Or at least a lot of it. So
except the only things he hasn't checked that are available, I'm sure some Death Mountain stuff, and the two bonk rocks that are next to Link's house in the Light and Dark World, which one of them was a bust and the other one was Sick Kid, which had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was nothing else that either player could have done in G Tower at that point, because there's no chests. So. There's no chests if you progress forward without a fire source, and without a cane, Orphis couldn't do Tile Room. So hey, look, Skullbits in its normal spot. Zarby already did Tile Room. That's why he had one extra key. Oh, and Orphis is gonna go get his Cane of Samaria at this point. Now, I will say, Zarby does still have a crystal advantage. The slightest of advantages, but still an advantage, nonetheless. Because who would have thought that? Who would have thought that hair would be in its vanilla location? Come on.
Yeah, nobody expects that. I agree.
So with Skullwoods, so Fire Rod is definitely required. We don't know about Ether yet. It depends on what Mire requires.
Mm-hmm.
If Mire entrance is of value. We know where Mire is, we know where T-Rock is. We still are looking for Ice Palace and Skullwoods. The back end of Skullwoods.
Yep, pretty much.
We still don't know if Eastern is necessary or not. And we don't know about Swamp Palace yet either. I believe Zarby did Graveyard the first time I think he already did that before he had the boots.
Yeah, I definitely remember him checking the ledge up there.
Yeah, and I believe it was a fairy fountain. Now, we also don't know if we need... Well, I guess we wouldn't need the book, because if anything... Well, unless Bombos or Ether have something useful. We don't need it to get into the Desert Palace entrance, because you could just mirror into that.
Mm-hmm.
Another sword would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's about time for them to get another sword upgrade.
Zarby is going around in circles, enjoying his time. That is kind of the downside in Entrance Shuffle to Skullwoods, is there are situations where you kind of get stuck in portions of Skullwoods and can't backtrack, particularly without a Fire Rod.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is why Zarby's had to do this twice now, because if you fall down a hole, you can't go back up that hole. He's looking for the right one that takes him onto the left side where the two chests... Oh no, he's already checked those chests. What hole is he looking for?
I'm not sure. I think he's looking for the big key.
Oh, there we go. This is the one he was looking for.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Oh, and it looks like Orphis is taking a dive into Swamp Palace. We'll find out if this dungeon ends up being valuable or not. If I recall correctly, it is a green pendant. So that is on the table.
That's at least one guaranteed item of maybe some worth.
Potentially a fire source, or maybe a sword.
It really can't be much else anymore at this point, considering what they already have.
Ooh, I like that early big key. Ooh, is Zarby gonna go... Or wait. No, he needs to get up there if he wanted to do Mire. I don't remember what's in here. See, this is the part of the shuffle that gets a little confusing. It's like, okay, I think I remember where dungeons are. How do I get back to them? And I think Zarby also hasn't done much of Dark World Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Which he will be doing right now. Well, at least Mirror Shield is keeping him safe.
These Lionels, so annoying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, hey. Has Zarby's been in desert proper?
I don't think so.
I know he found the back section, so... Well, this is good. This will set him up so he can finish Desert Palace when he gets to this section, so... Ooh, there's the lantern. Our first fire source.
So, swamp is useful after all. Not just good for the crystal.
I mean, a lamp is nice. It's convenient. It helps. But a fire rod would have been much more preferred. Especially for... Now the question is Orphis going to go ahead and finish everything and get his green pendant and turn that in or not. Because we still have other dungeons they could check.
Yeah, I think, personally, I probably wouldn't. Depending on the item count, I guess. Because, with only the book and the fire rod missing from their inventory, really. What could Sahasrara have? Other than, like, bombs or a heart piece or something.
A sword would be nice.
Oh, definitely be nice.
But it looks like Landmill is going to have the second item in Desert Palace, so... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's kind of convenient. It's like, oh, okay, well, I want to go here anyway, so that's fine. I guess he's going to go check the other section as well. Now, there wasn't anything useful on Desert Palace or Desert Ledge, so finding that exit is not that necessary. Though I guess, depending on where it puts you out, the other entrance, because there's two entrances on Desert Ledge, one of them could be useful. We're still looking for dungeons.
That's true.
We're still looking for Ice Palace. Oh! I forgot about that. Alright, Zarby, drop down. Go into the Light World. Go beat Desert Palace. Now, though, depending on these players... Because nobody likes to do Agate Tower in the dark, so this lamp is actually probably extremely, very useful for doing Agate Tower.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Agate Tower in the dark is awful, especially if you don't even have the fire rod to light some torches. It's
Speaking
kind
of
of
awful,
a nightmare.
Doing hammer strats on Argus is pretty awful.
Yeah, that is also pretty awful.
Especially using hammer strats on Phase 2 as well. Man, if only you still had that ice rod. Wait, you have a blue potion, you dingus. Use that. I guess you don't have to. It's what, four hits with a hammer or 8? Also, I'm sorry for calling you a dingus, Orphis. You're not a dingus.
I think Gift would give you, probably.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Dingus is on the other chip. Alright, green pendant. Oh, baby. He does have a bow, but non-silver bow, like non-silver arrows. But Argus is like, what's the point, right?
Yeah, his movement is so annoying, it's kind of hard to predict him sometimes.
Oh, man. And there are 2 items on the left side of Swamp Palace. Question is, are those of value? It'd be funny if one of them was the fire rod. But it's a gamble.
Crazy.
And gambles are fun. We like gambles. Alright, which dungeon do you think Mire entrance or Desert Palace entrance are going to be? One of them's got to be Ice Palace, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say that one of them has to be Ice Palace.
Because we've already seen Ice Palace entrance. Vanilla Ice Palace entrance. I think it led to one of the Death Mountain things. And Zarby is he saving the old man? He is saving the old man. What a good human
sounds
being.
like it. We'll see where it pops him out. I didn't really see the entrance here.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Oh, what if he has the fire rod? Or a sword? Old man, don't be holding out. What do you got?
You're gonna break your ankle.
Red rupee. Yeah.
Oh, the color was right.
Where are these swords? What are we playing on hard mode? Well, no.
This is kind of crazy. I mean,
I think hard mode you still get. I think hard mode you still get Tempered Sword, right?
I'm not sure. You at least get Master Sword, right? Like at the very least.
Where was Ether? Was that also Dark World Death Mountain somewhere? Because it might be required right here. We'll find out. I mean, if that big chest has something important in it.
Yeah, that's well, it's a good find, I would say. Might not be the best, but it's still not too bad.
Double-chested fairy in Dark World Death Mountain having our Master Sword. That's insane.
There we go.
That's an easy spot to forget. Because why does that door exist? Who goes there? Well, that's a huge advantage for Zarby right now. Just having a little bit more firepower, a little bit more pack to your punch.
Yes, definitely a nice find.
No, we'll of course, if he ends up doing Skullwood or Swamp Palace, we'll still want another better sword for Argus because Master Sword still kind of stinks against him. Oh, hello, Ice Palace.
Well, what do we have here?
It's in Desert Palace. All right, well, that is completable right now as well with Bombos Medallion. At Bombos and Quarter Magic, easy Ice Palace.
Yeah, I was just gonna say for Orphis, not really a big deal if he wants to.
But with Fighter Sword and no Fire Rod, I can see why he probably left. I would not want to do that.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, hello, that's a Hookshot Cave.
Oh ho ho! And there's another sword.
Alright, so that was pretty much like a minute of advantage for Zarby, I guess.
Until Zarby finds his way over there and gets his Tempered Sword, or Orphis makes his way over to Dark World Death Mountain on the east side and gets his Tempered Sword.
Mm-hmm.
Though he already beat Argus, so that's not a huge advantage. Watch, he's gonna go there right now. No, I'm just kidding. He's gonna probably go check Skull Woods, because I don't think he's been there yet.
Yeah, it seems like it. At this point, I really wish that Zarby would, remember the Dark World Shopping Mall, get his mitts.
But what is going to cue him to remember that?
Yeah, that is the problem.
Because it's one thing to just forget those sections exist entirely. It's another thing if he's... Because obviously he's looking for the dam. That's why he's checking all these spots. And finding Pod, which he can do now. Even in the dark.
Yeah, alright. That's not the worst find.
Yeah. But also remember, he didn't check the spots on the Hyrule Castle as either, so... And that's another spot to easily forget, so...
Oh yeah, that's very true.
Of course, it was 2 Pendant dungeons, but... At some point, you start running out of options. You're like, huh, maybe I should go do more Pendant dungeons. Are we going to see a blind pedestal pull if we don't find a book? Are we going to find a book in the pedestal if we don't find a book? Please?
I think it's possible, but very unlikely.
Now this is a fun play. He's got his lamp. And Orphis is going to make his way up to Agate 2. Now we have had, if I recall correctly, a particular seed where there was something very important on the top of G Tower. Some very, very important items up there. So who knows? We might be able to find our Fire Rod up here.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of chests left.
It's going to be really awkward after he beats Agate 2, and then he goes and finds Agate 1. It's going to be some real questions. What are you doing here?
Just a
Why are you here?
paradox. No big deal.
Why are you alive? Are you a wizard? Am I a wizard? Now, if I recall correctly, Orphis checked everything in pod except for beating it, because he didn't have the bow.
Yeah, I think so.
Now that is a good point. Is he going to be a key short in this situation? Because he didn't get the key from Tile Room? That would be really funny.
That would be brutal. It could be in theory, I guess.
I would laugh. Because that's just what I do. And then I'm going to... if it happens, I'm going to... I already told him what I'd do if he messes up. So, I'm already ready. I'm prepared.
Alright, I have no idea what that's about, but I'm excited.
Oh, that was really nice of the Beamos to shoot him into the arrows, so he, fill up his quiver.
Mm-hmm.
He's having a bit of a... Oh, boy.
He is really stuck in that upper left corner. Not even Kane of Brian can save you from the spikes.
Guys, it was a test. He has plenty of keys to go up there. Alright, dark room, dark maze. I don't recall seeing anything in here.
Yeah, I don't think Orphis found anything that was really of note here. I think that was maybe a rupee.
Oh man, Orphis dropping all the Ice Rod strats up in here.
Yeah, he really likes that Ice Rod. We have to ask him about that at the end.
I mean, when you got Quarter Magic, you might as well, right?
It probably is the fastest way for him to kill him.
Yeah, with Master Sword, no silvers, and no Fire Rod. Zarby's still making his way up to the big chest, which I think it was 300 rupees, if I recall correctly, or... Okay. It's almost done. Dude, Dark Pod is just... Ugh.
Yeah, it's awful. I don't like doing it at all.
Especially with no Fire Rod, like, no thanks. I'm good. Quarter Magic was in Thieves Town. I don't remember. I think it was... It might have been next to Blind.
I think it was next to Blind in the cell, yeah. So Orphis didn't really know how to do this room, I guess, without Fire Rod.
The fun thing is, you can actually reach that top right torch. You just have to space it correctly. You can reach it with the lamp.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Does he know that? Yeah. Easy. It's got a decent hitbox.
Oh, nice.
Dungeon map. Compass? Oh, $100.
A nice hundo. Alright, let's see what we got here.
The Fire Rod!
Oh,
wow.
Man, come on.
What a place to
crazy.
put that. Okay, well that opens up some possibilities. What a good choice to go back and do that. Now, the question is... Yeah, those Titan Mitts I think are still useful, unless we find a book somewhere, but... Validation book, maybe?
Could be.
Where we've used it. I know, other than getting to the mire area, I don't think it's been of use yet. Yeah, that fire rod spot is really nice, and the question is, when will Zarby... Oh, he still needs to find a fire source in both... Oh, okay, so yeah, you really do have to get the lamp in Skull Woods. Wow! Or Swamp Palace. Oh, that's kind of brutal if you think about it. So you gotta get the lamp in Swamp to get the fire rod in G-Town. That is brutal.
It's a little bit trolly.
Yeah, and Orphis is pretty much in go mode. The big question is if he's skipping chests, and like if he's gonna find silver arrows anywhere, if he's gonna find another sword anywhere, because nobody wants to do Ganon with Master Sword and no silvers.
Yeah, that's true. Though I do think he will probably go mode it. I don't know. It's really a hard question to answer for me, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not the best person to ask this, but
he might check chests along the way. Maybe.
I would definitely at least want a tempered sword.
Yeah, a lot of people will check like the two freezer room on their way through Ice Palace or stuff like that. But he won't have to go back into Eastern. He won't have to touch Eastern. He won't have to finish Thieves. Yeah, now it's just about remembering where everything is. I wonder why he's not dropping down there. I guess by that point he knows it's just like a fairy fountain or something. I think he's found all of the essential chest-related holes. That's a weird phrase.
Okay. You're right, but it's kind of...
I didn't have to say that, but I did. I chose to.
No, that's fine. I agree. What I was gonna say is, I think it's kind of interesting that we have go mode at like 1 hour 37 minutes with one dungeon.
Zero crystals?
Zero crystals.
Yeah. Only an entrance shuffle, guys. Only an entrance shuffle. Hey, green potion. No, we still don't know where the butter sword is.
Yeah, we're still missing one sword upgrade.
Yeah, we're missing one. Because one's in Dark World East Death Mountain, and the other one is in Desert. One of the desert entrances, so... Oh, Zarby's gonna go get his blue boomerang? Zarby, no! Don't do it! Unless he's gonna drop down. Or west. West Death Mountain. Sorry! Jeez. East, west, west.
Apparently we've also seen all sword upgrades, so we're just both blind.
Light World Hookshot Cave Island? The hell is it? Oh! Oh, Floating Island? Oh, I never saw that then. Well, see, that's why you guys are here. You guys are here to yell at me when I miss stuff like that. Oh, and Orphis
Speaking
already...
of sword...
There it is! There he is. He's got his tempered. Oh, and speaking of swords, Zarby's about to get his tempered sword. What is up with these guys? Collusion? I am calling collusion right now. That's funny. Oh, and Orphis is going to be getting his first crystal. How about that? Which
Tower of Hera.
Oddly enough, was Zarby's first crystal.
Yeah, still, despite the sword parity now, I think Orphis is still pretty big, like in the lead for a pretty big while.
Yeah, but it looks like Zarby is not remembering that Dark World location where the dam and Titan Mitts happen to be, so he's still set on it being in Death Mountain somewhere. And I just can't imagine what would cue him to go check that location, since he's kind of done there. Unless he just flies to it right now. But of course...
We can really only hope that he remembers that he didn't check there yet.
Alright, this is good. I don't know if he's checked the pod entrance yet, but... Okay, this is good. This is good, because someone in chat was saying that Orphis did not find where Meyer was, while Zarby did. It was in the light world where Bumper Cave is, where Bumper Cave drops you out at.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
If Zarby makes his way down there and gets the dam, that will hopefully send him to Swamp Palace, which will hopefully send him to G Tower and get the Fire Rod. There's a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, eventually Orphis will find Meyer, probably. I don't think he'll forget about the spot, but for now...
I guess the question is if he remembers how to get back to there.
Yeah.
I sure don't remember.
You and me both, my friend.
No, Zarby, you're going the wrong way. This is looking bad.
Oh, here's the back of Skull Woods.
Well, that's good. And once again,
the thing
Zarby
here
is he's already checked this. Yeah, it's pod.
Why is he so focused on Death Mountain?
Because there's so many entrances, it's got to be easy to forget. Maybe he'll go at least do desert while he's here.
Orphis can't finish the back of Swamp here because the only chest that he could get to from there had a heart piece and no key. So he'll have to come back here after going to the original Swamp location, I guess. I'm sorry, Skull Woods.
What? Zarby, what are you doing? Why? I don't know. I don't understand why he didn't do desert while he was there. I guess he's more hell-bent on finding the dam than he is on finishing dungeons right now. Even though there's nothing left to do in that dungeon except beat it.
I think he really, really wants to find a fire source of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Before he goes into any dungeons, I guess.
Oh, right. I'm stupid. You need fire to actually get through that. My bad, guys. It's these minor details that I just kind of forgot. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. This is my first time, guys. I've never done commentary ever.
Yeah, right. These drunk guys from the bar end up in a hole behind bonk rocks surprisingly often, I feel like.
It's an unfortunate place to sit, but then again, you know, you could get your drink on and no one's going to bother you, so that's, you know, it's got its advantages, I guess.
Yeah.
And here we are. That point in the run that you never want to see. Somebody looking at the map.
Yeah, Zari, really, we have to send them all our energy.
Yeah. Alright, this is good. Progress.
Dark World is a good start, and so is this location.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys. Maybe?
Is it happening?
Yeah. It's happening. It's definitely happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Oh, good. Alright, good. Because we want a race, guys. Come on. We don't want this. We don't want a one-sided race. We want a good competition.
Yeah, especially remember that crazy sync they had earlier?
So yeah, he'll get his Titan mitts. Now the question is he gonna beeline it to Swamp? He'll more than likely check the Mire area first, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, that's just a red rupee.
Da-da-da-da. Oh, he's thinking.
I think with the Mire area is that Zarby can't get into the Mire entrance itself. I don't know if that matters.
It wasn't anything important, I don't think.
Okay.
But he needs it so he can get to the Desert Palace entrance, which has Ice Palace. So that's the significance of it. Based on the brackets, there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're like seven races, maybe 8. We're in losers semis? Final?
No, I think there's a little bit more left.
Quarters. Losers quarters, I think.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. So Orphis is now done with both Agas.
Mm-hmm. Which unlocks Ganon for him. And just as I expected, Zarby is checking out the Mire area first. Mire and Desert. Because who knows, maybe they'll get lucky and the lamp will be here. So he thinks.
Yeah, he's really focused on overworld locations. I can't really blame him. But,
yeah, I can't either.
Since we know what he has to do, or what he should be doing, I just want to push him along in the right direction if I could somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, Entry Shuffle, it takes a few watches, a few playthroughs before things start clicking. It really just, like, the biggest thing about it definitely is memorizing stuff or taking notes. Notes are always good. Just, you can't always trust yourself to remember all these tiny little locations where stuff could be. Like, what if Sick Kid had something useful? Or, you know, I don't know if Orphis ever turned in his mushroom, but the potion shop ended up having a red rupee. What if that had been something useful? That was also over in the shopping mall.
Oh, looks like Zarby does have ether.
Oh. I guess he would have picked that up in Dark World Death Mountain then.
Yeah, I completely missed that too.
Hopefully he mirrors here to go find his Ice Palace, but now this is bad. This is not good for Zarby right now, because we both know that this path leads to nothing of significance.
Yeah, that is unfortunately a waste of time.
I mean, you know, grabbing items and stuff that he can get, but it's going to mean having to double back if Big Key or something ends up being in the Fire Rod section.
Mm-hmm.
So. Hey, a key for a key.
Equal trade.
Looks like Orphis is going to go back in and finish pod. He's already done everything here except for complete it. Oh no, he still has to do the entire bow section. But here he has the big key, so he just needs to get one small key, and then he'll be able to finish it.
Yeah, he can definitely get through it pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Really, he can get through everything pretty quickly now, since he's in go mode. He also did skip the left side in Swamp, right? Even though it had, like, items left in him.
Yeah, there were 2 items over there, and he didn't get either of them. Oh, chain chomp. Getting bullied. Oh, that's good. That's really good. That means he doesn't even have to do the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you don't like to see this, because now he's got to do the dark... Hey, where's he going? Oh, maybe he's... Oh, he's going outside. I don't remember where that connects to.
I don't either.
Oh, Ice Palace. Well, that's bad. Unless he goes... because he's going to end up missing where the Ice Palace actually is. Hopefully he doesn't go all the way down to Laser Bridge. That would be very unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, at least he can get through it pretty quickly with his shield, but... We know he's not... Like, the only thing he can really find here is either the book, maybe, or silvers, I guess. Which, having silvers would be nice, but... Yeah. Unless he starts going swamp.
Ooh, alright, so yeah. Fortunately, he cannot get back through. So he will be missing the Ice Palace entrance for now. Which, Ice Palace with Bombos and Tempered Sword it's not bad. It's very doable at this point.
Yeah, he'd probably really like the quarter magic out of Swamp, Thieves Town.
Yeah. But yeah, he still doesn't even know where Thieves Town or Eastern are. Not that it's necessary, but it looks like he is. Oh, good. He is going to go back and check, so. And right as we speak, Orphis is about to finish up Pod. He's got a pretty big advantage with finishing G Tower and Aga Tower.
Yeah, he's pretty far ahead right now, I would say.
And because Zarby's probably going to full clear this entire dungeon.
Mm-hmm. And then the question is, if he does go back to Swamp, does he also full clear that? So that will cost him another bit of time. I don't like to call it early, but at this point I don't really see Orphis losing.
Well, at least early small key makes routing throughout this dungeon a little bit quicker. But yeah, this is gonna definitely cost him some time. Now the question is, where is Orphis gonna head off to next? Oh, wait. Orphis has not been to the rest of Skull Woods, which is why he didn't finish Skull Woods, because he didn't have enough keys.
Exactly. Just gonna quickly finish up Desert here. I think the only thing he really needs is to find the Mire entrance.
For Orphis, yeah.
Also, didn't he do Swamp Palace already, or was that Zarby? No, that wasn't Zarby, right?
Swamp Palace?
Yeah.
Orphis did Swamp Palace.
Yeah, okay, because his crystal isn't marked on the tracker, so I was confused for a second.
You think you're talking about Skull Woods?
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, of course.
Because no, he didn't do Skull Woods because I don't think he had enough keys.
Apologize.
He didn't do the rest, the other part of Skull Woods yet.
Yeah.
But I don't think he ever turned in his pendant to Sahasrahla either.
That's true.
Aw, man, why are you using a fire rod? Should be using an ice rod. Come on, Orphis.
I think he's had enough of the ice rod.
The betrayal. Yeah, worst case scenario for Zarby would be finding... Hey, red tuning's nice. If he found, like, the book or something, that would send him on more goose chases. We've already got all of the fetch quests out of the way.
Yep.
Alright. That's Desert Palace. Now he can go back and do Ice Palace. He's got a lot of stuff he can do. Now, is it Madness? Is that the what are the difficulties in Entrance Shovel or complexities or whatever? There's Simple, Full, Madness, and Insanity, I think.
Yeah, I think those are the 4.
And is it Insanity where it will create like fake Dark Worlds and stuff like that, where Light World locations will take you into the Dark World?
I think that already might happen in Madness. I think Insanity only adds like the randomizer or something. I know one of them does.
And there's got to be one where dungeons could be in any location. Like they're not shuffled amongst themselves or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Or shuffled amongst multiple entrance locations. I need to do my research. Madness decouples entrance exit, but doesn't utilize fake light. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Got it. Now that I could see someone spending hours looking for stuff.
Yeah, that's not something I personally want to play.
Can't actually put dungeons in non-multi-entrance caves. What? Huh. Okay. So you can't put Ice Palace at Sahasrara yet? Oh my. Uh-oh. Now Orphis is the one staring at a map. Be a shame if he couldn't remember stuff.
Well, he definitely knows where Turtle Rock is, right? I think he's still looking for Mire, and obviously he knows where the first part of Skull Woods is because it's always at the same place.
Was it Madness or Insanity where you could basically keep going inside and outside of a cave and it'll keep bringing you somewhere else? You could just keep cycling through it.
I think that already happens in Madness because of the decoupled entrances and exits.
Oh, that's what it means by decoupled. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Ooh, I love the little dash poke. That's the one thing I have not been able to incorporate in my NMG Cold Stare fight, but it always looks so slick when you can pull it off. So, nice fight from Zarby there.
Yeah, it looks great.
Orphis finishing up Skull Woods. Alright, Zarby, moment of truth. Are you going to make your way over to Swamp now? Where's the off to?
What's left here?
I guess he's gonna check more overworld stuff over here, like Peg Cave and save the frog. Oh man, if he saves the frog, that'd be bad.
The whole Gary's lunchbox and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not gonna really pay off. I really do hope he does not find the book in one of those.
That'd be the worst. All right. Decent Mothio fight from Orphis, and that is another crystal. That just leaves Ice Palace, Mire, and T-Rock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think about it, it's like, I just gotta go mode 7 dungeons. That should only take like a couple minutes, right?
In theory, yeah.
It actually still takes a bit of a while. Especially when, I mean, conveniently you could have moments where like two different dungeons are like literally right next to each other in Death Mountain. Like even go moding in like normal randomizer, it still takes a while because all the dungeons are so spread out. But in this, not so. Well, Firme, if that is your real name, our players had to go into Swamp Palace to get the lamp, to finish G Tower, to get the fire rod. So it's a pretty big deal. Now, Zarby could save a lot of time if from here he goes straight to Swamp and just gets the lamp and bails. But I don't know, personally, if I get the lamp, the next thing, I don't think about, oh, now I can go finish G Tower. That's not like the next thing that comes to mind. I don't know about you.
No, that's true. Especially in Swamp, I will be worried that there's a lot of items left in there, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably full clear it.
It looks like that is what we are getting right now.
Off to Swamp he goes.
Yeah, it's just a question of if he's going to finish it or not. Of course, we all hope he doesn't. That would be most convenient. And Orphis picking up his big key and realizing, hey, I don't have to do like anything in this silly dungeon, so let's just get the big key and go.
Let's just go, yeah.
Let's just get out of here.
So this is the first time we're hearing Pendant dungeon music on the stream. I think only Orphis has been in any Pendant dungeon so far.
I think Zarby popped in here for like twice.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Never long enough for the music to really, get to the good part. It didn't really like pick up. Yeah, Orphis definitely is in the lead right now. The only way that he could possibly lose at this point is if he can't find Meyer, which we know where Meyer is because Zarby's been there, but Orphis has not been there yet. So, and it's in a pretty tricky spot.
Yeah, that's true.
But if Orphis is doing his homework and taking the proper notes, he should very well know what few locations he have left that it could be. Yeah, he has been there, but the first time he was there, he didn't have the mirror, so he couldn't check. Oh, watch out! Those polkas will get you. Now, when the thing is, the mirror was like right next to the location, and Zarby actually, after getting the mirror, went back up there and checked and saw it was Meyer. Of course, he couldn't do it at the time because he didn't have boots.
Oh no, is Zarby flooding the key? Okay, I remembered. Phew.
Oh, did he? No, he has the lamp, but he is going to go ahead and check the left side. So it does look like we're going to see a full clear from him.
Yeah, he's full clearing, but luckily he didn't also flood the key.
Yeah, that's usually not a good thing. But I mean, how convenient would it be if the fire rod was also in here? How
Very
inconvenient would it be
for Zarby?
Yeah, if the book was in here, it'd be the worst. I'm sure Zarby is excited to get his lamp, but that is the gamble. Do you go ahead and check all the stuff in here? Like, there's a lot of items in this dungeon, and he's only seen one, maybe two.
Yeah, I definitely can't blame him for checking. I probably would have done the same thing.
And a clean Trinex fight from Orphis. Yeah, we're still looking for those silvers, but with Temper Sword in hand, it's not really a concern. Maybe check some chests along the way, but for a second I thought Orphis was actually going to go check the laser bridge because he started making his way down there, and he was like, "Oh, I have a key. I'm good. Never mind." And bombs, and at least be silvers or something. Come on. Oh, that's brutal.
No, nothing of worth.
Ganon was at Lumberjack Cave, so despite all of everything being accessible, our players have to do Aga Tower just to get to Ganon, which is really goofy.
Probably one of the more annoying locations it can be.
Uh-huh. Well, looks like Zarby is definitely going for a full clear. Though he might fail after getting the last item in here. He might not finish Argus. Though at the same time, it's green pendant, so he might go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah, he might even turn it in, which Orphis still hasn't done, and has no reason to anymore, really. So the chances of Zarby suddenly running across the book are increasing, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. And if I recall correctly, this is the correct way to get to Myers, so...
Looks like he did do his homework.
Ripperino. There it is. Alright, Zarby checking. So he knows that Argus has the map. But I guess he's committed to that green pendant. Well, guys, we talked about it at the beginning. We talked about incredible loser bracket runs, and we are seeing an incredible loser bracket run from Orphis, who at this point in the race, it's fair to say, will be moving on. Now that he's found all the dungeons, he's been go-moding all the dungeons.
Yeah, there is no doubt that he's gonna take this here.
That is such a dominating performance.
Yeah, and as you said, his loser bracket run was crazy. He got knocked down into it in the first round against Amazing Ampharos, and he's been killing his opponents ever since he's got down to the loser bracket.
Yeah.
So
this will be his 6th win in the loser bracket. 6 wins in a row. That's a lot of entrance shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I will be right back. I'm gonna go refresh my coffee.
Alright.
Your beat.
So basically Orphis is just looking for the big keys everywhere and trying to finish this dungeons as quickly as he possibly can. It really still is funny to me how we have had go mode before he picked up his very first crystal even. Kind of weird. You never see that in a normal randomizer. Orphis is just making his way down. Let's see how he decides to kill Vitreous. He has a couple of options here, all of which are pretty good, I'd say. Looks like Zarby's also deciding to do Mire. That's going to cost him another little bit of time, not that it really matters anymore here, but he's probably going to full clear this too, while Orphis is just running through it in full go mode. The problem for Zarby really is that he probably doesn't think to go back to G Tower for a long while. As long as he can still do crystal dungeons relatively comfortably, he'll probably continue doing them. Which in the end, of course, will just cost him more time, as we know, since the fire rod is hidden in a really trolly location. Orphis going for the cape and dash strats here. probably a good idea with quarter magic.
Alright, I have returned. Hello!
Welcome back.
Wow, they're both doing Mire at the same time.
Yeah, I was just saying that I think the problem for Zarby mostly is that he'll not think to go back to G Tower. Because as long as he can still do crystal dungeons, he'll probably choose to do those.
Yeah. Where was Big Key in here in Mire?
I was paying attention to Zarby's side, but I think it was relatively early because Orphis finished it really quickly.
Oh, okay. But he's gonna check everything, which is
Yeah.
that's the downside about not being in Go mode is you have to check everything.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to. But then, yeah, I honestly I don't blame him because you kind of forget that G Tower is a thing and that there are chests in G Tower.
Yeah, who would?
And on the Ascent, because in a normal randomizer, those 4 chests, 4 chests are like, it might be a heart container, it might be the silvers or another sword or something. They're usually optional by that point in the game, so. I mean, at least that's one thing that would mess me up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for a lot of people, at least for me, Aga 2 and the whole G Tower thing is still like, alright, it's end of the game kind of thing, Like, alright, when I'm doing this at the end of the game, no matter how early I can do it. I suppose in Entrance Shuffle, you have a tendency to check as much of G Tower as you can on your first time there. But after that, you don't really tend to go back a whole lot because you don't wanna, I don't know, go into G Tower like 3 times or 4 times.
Well, it conveniently worked out for Orphis because he didn't even touch the right side of G Tower. Because he didn't have the Cane of... Did he have the Cane of Samaria the first time?
I think he did. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, well, what did he do? I think because he went in there twice.
Oh yeah.
The first time he did all the way up to Ice Harmos, and then the second time he just went straight upstairs. He didn't even check right side. So he's like, "Oh, I already got the big key, and I got the lamp, so let's go ahead and finish this dungeon."
Yeah, I don't really remember. I just remember that he didn't do the tile room, so I think he never even if he had Kane, he didn't even really go.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't think we're saying he's forgetting G Tower. It's just one of those. I personally would forget G Tower. I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say he's forgetting about it. I'm just trying to say he's probably not thinking to check it again this early while he can still do crystal dungeons.
Because at the same time, it's like, you want Go mode, but you don't want to, go... I mean, he's already checked, pretty much all the overworld, so it's like, you don't want to waste time checking a bunch of overworld. You want to still be progressing by getting crystals. But... I guess in a full entrance shuffle, at what point do you say, I should do G Tower before I do anything else? Or whatnot. I don't know. It's really hard to consider it. I guess we could always ask. Well, I don't think Zarby will interview. Maybe by text or chat. I don't think he does voice interviews.
Yeah, he might not. I think he has a couple of times in this tournament, but not for a while, I'm sure. We'll see.
I'm just the only thing I want to ask him is if, while Steve's going around checking all these crystal dungeons, if G Tower was in the back of his mind, or was the plan to save it until the end? Because that seems to be what he's gonna. Yay! It wasn't even silvers. Oh, that sucks.
Oh man.
And that is the last crystal for Orphis, and he will be heading his way on over to G Tower, or not G Tower, to Ganon himself. Wait,
Yep.
Zarby is surprisingly right next to it right now. Zarby's having a little fun back and forth.
Oh man, those mirror bonks.
Oh.
Alright, he's good now.
Could still be very well book at pedestal. Book could also be east or right side of G Tower. There was some chests that were skipped in Turtle Rock. A lot of good places it could be.
Yeah, there's plenty of locations left. It could be on the pedestal. Could be in a lot of places.
Alright, we're gonna see some Tempered Sword Silverless Ganon. That's always fun to watch. What is this, NMG? Get out of here.
Shouldn't be a big deal for Orphis here, especially not with Quarter Magic and the Blue Potion.
And the cape just makes it so easy.
Yeah.
And this is a nice setup. It's not as nice when he's up in the top right, but that's pretty good too. Oh, and Zarby's checking the Hera basement.
Oh,
and
no.
kind of book could be here, guys. Could be book. Which would be a really unfortunate situation if it is.
Oh no, he missed his crystal block.
Mm. From a box.
What does that mean?
It's not purple chest. Does he say purple chest if it's purple chest?
Oh yeah, it might be the lunchbox, maybe.
Hmm. Orphis taking a lot of hits. He does have blue potions in case things get a little too hairy, a little too close for comfort. Man, I love seeing some NMG strats coming out. Like, having silvers on Ganon is nice because it's a quick, clean fight, but not having silvers is almost, I don't know, more enjoyable. You really feel like you earned that victory after you kill him.
I like it. I enjoy it. I'm not too great at it, and I pee my pants a little every time. So I'd rather have silvers if possible, but yeah.
Master Sword Silverless, no thanks. I'd rather not.
Oh boy, yeah.
I'd rather play a different game than do that. Butter Sword Silvers is just a baby game.
Yeah,
it's
that almost doesn't count.
Just give me Moldor and I'll just, same thing. I feel like it saves a lot of time if people aren't quick enough to get the first, the Trident toss phase done quickly. Or if you get some bad positioning on phase 2 as well. And there you have it, guys! Orphis, our winner today. He will be moving on to face some player who we don't know because the other side of the bracket is a little behind. But GG's! Congratulations! We did it, Reddit.
GG to Orphis. Official SRL time, 2 hours, 18 minutes, 37 seconds.
Which is actually
a
pretty good time.
Yep.
218 is a really good time for entrance.
Especially as trolly as this seed is.
I'm kind of curious, if anyone recalls, at what time did he hit go mode?
That's a good question. Can't have been too long ago, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's still impressive how much longer it still took, despite hitting go mode. But hitting go mode and having not finished a single crystal. It's pretty funny.
About 140-ish. So it took him like 40 minutes, I guess. Unless I'm completely crazy.
Well, do we want to see if Orphis wants to come in and get yelled at?
Oh, he's already up there. I'm gonna move him in now. Give me a second.
Awesome.
Hello, Orphis. GG.
Hello.
Congratulations. I did not once get to blow my slide whistle. I'm actually mad. Well, wait. You did use the ice. You did use ice rod on Ice Armmost. What was up with that?
Well, I wanted to check if it works. And I also forget that I had the bow. I realized just at the end. But I thought it was kind of fun to do it with the ice rod that you never use, except here on 2 bosses, well, 3 bosses if you include Trinex. And I was like, that's kind of cool. I want to see if it works. I have quite a magic, so I have plenty of magic to use. Let's do it.
Well,
yeah, it works.
I'm disappointed that you didn't use it for normal land mola.
I did
as well.
For ice.
You did G Tower land mola, but not for normal land mola. Use fire rod. I was very disappointed.
I got to spice it up a little bit.
I'm more disappointed that neither of you froze the green guard in Zelda cell and threw it at the ball and chain guy with your ice rod that you got just before.
Yeah, I never do that. So, but next time I'll try to remember if I get there with the ice rod.
Yeah, you barely ever get the chance to, really.
So what'd you think of this seat overall?
Where is the fire?
I know, right? What are the odds that you'd have to... Because it was funny, we were talking about it because it was all leading up for it being like a Crystal Swamp Palace because of where flippers were, and I was like, oh, you need the mirror to get the flippers, pretty much, to get the bow. Well, bow is inconsequential, but... And then it ended up being a green pen. I was like, all right, well, I feel like it's still got to be important, right? And then you needed to do that just to get the lamp, to go up to G Tower, to get the fire rod. But that's mean. That's just rude.
It was really... I was lucky to be next to a swamp, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I can just do that. So I went there, 7 items. I got 4. I got the pendant. I never delivered it, so I don't know what it was for. But, yeah. And probably 2 items on the right side.
Yeah, the 2 items on the left were bombs and an arrow capacity upgrade. So, you didn't miss out on much.
Yeah, I thought so. I got almost all the items. I saw the last sword. There was one armor grade missing somewhere. And yeah, there was a book somewhere, I guess. That's all we were missing.
Because the thing is, Zarby, the way he routed it was great, but he ended up missing the shopping mall is what they call it. Right. So he missed Titan's Mint and the Dam for a while. So he ended up doing a lot of overworld, and right now he's doing Thieves Town because he still doesn't have a fire rod. And then, so since he hasn't gone back to G Tower, he's been full clearing dungeons. So he actually found the Red Mail, which was in Ice Palace. And we still haven't seen the book. We still have not seen Silvers. And
the Silvers are in a box. So I'm wondering if that's...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's Purple Chest, which, funny enough, Zarby did save the blacksmith, but he never went and got the Purple Chest.
Oh.
But, yeah, and the funny part that I really enjoyed about this race is that despite all the things that you guys could be doing, you were both doing G Tower for the first time at the same time, like in perfect sync.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was hilarious. And then at the exact same time, both of you guys later on got sword upgrades almost like instantly after one another. Master Sword, Temperate Sword, and then you guys both got your Temperate Swords from different locations.
You already got the Master Sword from different locations, both of you.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it was entertaining. So,
yeah, I'm sure.
But overall, it was a pretty good race. There wasn't really anything other than, I guess, Aga Tower being required just to fight Ganon, which was kind of mean. Siege wasn't too bad.
just a few minutes at the end. It wasn't too bad. I mean, finding the boots at the pyramid was kind of a relief. Because, man, gotta go fast. But after that, it was like kind of okay. I was lucky because I was kind of in go mode early and was like, I'm going to check a few more locations when I was going up Death Mountain to do the dungeons that I was missing there. And I happened to check 2 locations and then, bam, I find Tempered Sword. So I was kind of lucky there. I would have suffered a little bit more without it.
Yeah, Master Sword, Silverless. Not very fun.
No.
You said you were in go mode kind of early. What we were talking about that. What did you think of a seed where you were in go mode before picking up a single crystal?
Well, that's weird, definitely. But it can happen. It's not the worst thing, because then you can just go through all the dungeons quickly. Well, whatever's left of all the dungeons. So I'm not worried too much about that, actually.
No, it was pretty good. It looked like, well, at least we're also talking about that. It felt like you could be pretty quick, and you were pretty quick, but it still took you quite a while because of where all the dungeons are and finding the big keys and going through everything and defeating the bosses.
Yeah. I was kind of annoyed because I forgot to track Ice Badass, but then I looked at my map and was like, okay, it's got to be at the ledge where I actually found Meyer, or it's got to be at desert. I remembered I was there and I didn't mark it, so I was like, okay, that's got to be it. And I didn't remember what was on the ledge, so then I figured that I probably skipped it when the first time I was there, and that's probably the last dungeon that I was missing.
Well, the funny thing is, the spot where Meyer was, both guys immediately found the mirror right afterwards, and I believe Zarby actually went back up to there through the Dark World, and then mirrored there and found Meyer very, very early, which you had skipped. So we were wondering, like, is he going to remember or is he going to remember that he hasn't checked that spot? But at that point, there was like very little locations left, so it obviously had to be there.
There was no location left for me to find dungeons, actually. I had been everywhere. I tracked all the possible dungeon locations. So I knew it had to be there. Or unless I made a mistake somewhere.
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Zarby is doing right side G tower with the lamp.
He is going too slow.
Yeah, that's not going to work out for him, I don't think.
Especially if he doesn't,
This one I do not know how to do this one, so...
Well, you go from the top, you clear the room, you leave from the top, and then you go at the bottom, you bump jump across, you light up the torch, the bottom one, and then you fall in the hole. That puts you back at the top of the room when you can light up the top torch, and then you quickly go through the other ones.
But why is he doing this? This can't possibly be required. I guess he just wants to show off now.
I guess, but he needs to come from the top room, because when you fall, you need to appear, at the top of the room. Otherwise, you don't have time to go there and back.
Sorry, please.
He's trying.
Is he death warp? No, he's not death warping. It just looked like he's intentionally walking into the hole now.
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna ascend instead.
Yeah.
Well, that was entertaining. Thank you for that. Sorry. Yeah, those pesky fire sources were kind of a huge issue, especially because nobody wants to do like. Well, you couldn't have done Meyer because of the big key being fire locked.
Yeah, exactly.
There was nothing in pod, so that could have been done in the dark. That wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, I did it in the dark. Kind of disappointed to not find anything in the dungeon.
Yeah, there really wasn't anything in there at all.
But I think every time I play Entrance Randomizer, there's just nothing in pod.
Mm-hmm.
So I might just keep it next time. But it's not too bad when you have a lot of health and all the things that I had. It was okay. I mean, bomb us in the labyrinth room to kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a safe strat.
Yeah, you were definitely well equipped.
I was wondering, because you found Ice Palace initially, and I was like, why isn't he going in? He has Bombos. Like, oh wait, nobody wants to do Bombo, or wants to do Ice Palace with Fighter Sword, and no Fire Rod. That just sounds like a...
Yeah.
That just sounds like a disaster.
I usually plan on nothing to be of importance in Ice Palace, ever. So I will try to delay it to be the last dungeon.
Is that your rule for entrance shuffle, or just rando in general?
Rando in general, unless I'm really well equipped, then yeah. But I don't like checking Ice Palace. I don't think I'm really fast at it. And if I have a lot of other dungeons with items or missing locations that I haven't found in Entrance Randomizer, I'd rather do that most of the time.
That makes sense.
And here, I know from my tracker that I didn't skip a lot of places. I might have forgotten to track the west of Century Bonk Cave. And
oh yeah, that ended up being Mimic Cave.
Right, so I went there
rubies,
and I distracted. Yeah, and I distracted then, but I remember being there. But otherwise, I've been everywhere, just otherworld locations. The Old Man, Catfish. I haven't done Blacksmith, Purple Chest.
The only thing
Pendant.
one of the other things we didn't find was we didn't find a way to get to the floating island to get that sword.
Right, it's probably it could be from some dungeon that exits there.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
It could be like some Total Rock entrance that is leaving you there. I don't know. I haven't been to the laser bridge. Oh
yeah, the laser bridge exit could have easily been there.
Yeah, that's probably the only way to get there. Haven't. I think I've been to all the caves, and every multiple entrance caves I've done all the exits. And since I have only one left on my tracker, that's got to be it.
Now, we saw you in this room, struggling a little bit. You went down a couple times. Was it... Because we were wondering if you knew, though, that you could reach that lamp, or torch with the lamp, and then you did it. I'm like, what's he thinking about? What's he doing?
Yeah, no. There were like people talking to me, and it was distracting, so I had to stop that. It's annoying when there's everything beeping around you.
Are you talking about like people IRL or?
No. There was SMBI talking to me. So yeah.
Oh, in Twitch chat?
No, on ISC.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But he was asking me a question, so yeah, there was that, and yeah. So I thought it was important to pay attention when there's something happening on the ISC race channel. I usually have a look. And then I had to track all the things. So every time I pause, there's like usually something that I need to track. Or someone calling me on the phone when I need to hang up.
Well, Zarby just finally picked up his fire rod here.
Yeah, then he'll be able to clean up. I don't know if Zarby's been to the Skull Woods entrance yet. I don't remember if he's been, like, if he knows where it is or not. I would think he has, since he's been all around Death Mountain, like, over and over. Yeah, so he probably has popped in there.
Yeah, the main entrance probably. The back of it, I don't know.
So one of the things we were talking about a lot is your incredible losers bracket run. After getting knocked out in the first round, you have won. This is your sixth game in a row that you've won in the losers bracket, which is why it's just incredible.
Yeah, I know I got a lot of knowledge about randomizer while working on my tracker, so I have a much better view of all the things that I need to do now. So that certainly helps a lot. And compared to some other opponents, well, I've been playing a lot since I've been this is my 7th game in the tournament, right? So Zarby, that was his 5th game only. And
which is still pretty good. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, but I believe he played this game many weeks ago. He played all his games really fast, so he hasn't played for a while. And that's the same for a lot of people, I believe. He haven't played for a while. So by working on my tracker and playing a lot of games consecutively, recently, that helped a lot.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's in your mind. I feel like after you've done it enough, you've made enough mistakes playing through entrance shuffle that you're not going to make that same mistake again. So that also definitely helps because one of the things Zarby also did was not that it was essential to his gameplay, but he missed mirroring on top of the pyramid to check what was on top of Hyrule Castle, which of course ended up being pendant dungeons that weren't very useful, but still, that's just one of those minor things that you can easily forget.
Right, but you had quite a magic in Tifstan, I believe. That helped a lot.
Yeah, he actually ended up picking that one up. I think if he mirrors right there, he can... Skull Woods is right there. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. He probably remembered top of Death Mountain, but he didn't remember if it was Light or Dark World.
This also feels like a situation where... Ooh, actually, this is bad, because he's going to end up using his small keys if he's going through the entrance. This is also a situation where definitely using a tracker or taking notes definitely helps a lot, because there are so many entrances to memorize and remember, and you're more likely to forget one location than you are to remember one, and it just so happened, imagine if the witch's hut ended up, the mushroom ended up coming into play, or Sick Kid ended up coming into play. That's just one random location that could be make or break for you. So I'm gonna have to check out your tracker, Orphis.
Yeah.
Is it available?
Yeah, it is available. It's on GitHub. I'm not sure if I can put the link in the chat, but
I'm sure if you just drop it in the Discord.
I can put it in the Discord, and people will find it.
Yeah.
And it needs a little bit of practice to actually for you to be efficient. You need to know all the caves in the game, so you can
by name.
Not by name, because you can just click on the map, actually. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
You can just do everything with the mouse if you want. That's a great thing about it. I'll try to put it on the chat, and I don't know if it's going to be removed or not. But
there it is.
And on Discord as well, for everyone who wants to try it out.
Oh, nice.
So you just click on the map to mark things as done, and if you want to remember about something, you right-click on the location that you visited, and then you right-click in the matching entrance in vanilla game. So, for example, if you find Ice Palace in the main entrance of Desert, you right-click on Desert, and then it tells you, well, where do you want to connect the Desert Palace main entrance? And then you right-click on or click on Ice Palace, and then it will remember. And then it will fill the locations just below, so you will see a big table with all the locations. And once you're done with that place, you can just click on it, and then it will be hidden. So I get a nice overview of all the places where I can still go and all the different things that I have to do. And then I got a few additional features, like if I want to find where Ice Palace is on the map, I can just put my mouse on the Ice Palace icon, and then there will be something in yellow that tells me where it's actually, where it is actually, if I found it. And if it's a multiple entrance cave, the other exit will be shown in red. So if I want to remember how to go, for example, to the ledge where you have the bunk cave ledge, I just put my mouse on the bunk cave. It tells me, oh, that's down there in swamp. Then I can just go to swamp and I will be there.
Huh.
So
that's a lot of info.
that's a lot of information. And there's all the things that you need there. So there might be a few things that I'm missing, like So I will tell you what is available to you, like green or red or yellow if it's something that you can see but not really do. But for example, if you find a cave that takes you to East Death Mountain, I don't mark all the different caves in the same area as available, which I should do. So there's like things like that I could add to it, but you can see that it's pretty much.
So when are we going to get the tutorial video on how to work it?
Well, actually, this afternoon I was streaming with it, playing with it, so people could actually see that. Oh, I see Zarby just picked up the sword.
Yeah, it was at Laser Bridge, just as we had expected.
That was the last place that I haven't tracked, so... I should probably try to make a video to show how it works. That's true, but it's still a work in progress, so... yeah. I actually made a lot of races just after making changes to it, so... there was very little testing, and I'm still getting feedback on it, like how to make things better. So once I think it's in a stable situation, I will probably make a video.
Nice. Well, I will definitely play around with it as well.
And I'd like to add a lot of new features, like making it like networked, so you can use a tracker maybe for casting different things. You could, for like one tracker, and all the other people watching could see all the locations. You could have...
I would love... One thing I would love is some way... I don't know. Because never mind. I want pictures of like the actual interior of the cave.
Yeah,
like to like pop up when you hover over it or something.
That's something that is possible. But
I don't know why I want it, but I want it.
Maybe to make sure that it's the right cave that you're tracking. Because, for example, so I played a practice run earlier today, and I made a big mistake. I thought that the exit of the Spiral Cave... No, not the exit of the Spiral Cave. The exit of the Spectacle Rock Cave was the same as the Bump Cave entrance. They look really similar. There's like serpents or beetles. It's a corridor that is diagonal, but yeah. So I sometimes mistake them, and that would definitely help if there was some screenshots to help. But then it's hard to get the user experience right without putting too much information.
Because then it gets a little overwhelming and...
Exactly.
A little too much.
Exactly. So you need to find the right balance, actually. And that's kind of hard. I think I got a nice... something nice already there. And it's very usable, kind of forgiving. One thing that I made sure also in my tracker is that if you accidentally press back or forward in the browser, or refresh or close the page, you can just reopen it and you will be back in the same state.
Oh, nice.
It's something that is okay to lose, for example, in a regular item tracker, well, an item randomizer, but in entrance mode, you don't want to lose anything. There's just too much information.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was the first thing that I made sure to have, like saving the state properly. So, yeah,
Nice.
done quite
Well,
a few
now
things.
we know. Honestly, I feel like, how long have you been using this tracker? Have you had it throughout the run of the tourney, or did you?
No, I made it during the tourney actually, and the first time I played with it was just before the race versus Toyso, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I made some changes. I had something that was kind of working. I just came back from a trip abroad, and I had some time to work on it while flying. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use it. And I used it against Toyso just with no beta testing at all. It worked great. Then I added some new features. I didn't have time to test them. And I played against Dragon Co. And then I added and yeah, that was a little bit risky, but I did it. It was fine. And then finally, I played against Mikan's box the other day, and I added more features. But those were very little risk, so that was fine. And yeah, and finally against Zarby, I didn't make any changes. So yeah, it's in a good state right now. I don't need to change much.
Awesome. Well, hey,
yeah.
Once again, congratulations on your victory. Who are you expecting to be playing next? Because there are still a few people left to race, and one of your competitors are potentially going to be.
So it's going to be either Furaime, Bad Moons, Ak, or
Pika or
AA. So I believe that AA will go to the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
In losers bracket 4, probably Furaime will win. It's really good, so probably will win against Ak. I'm not sure. It's 50-50, but I believe Furaime probably played the more entrance randomizer.
Mm-hmm.
So I will probably favor him. And then against Pika or Furaime, it's really hard to tell. They are both excellent players. It's hard to say. I will probably say Pika because it was in the upper bracket. So maybe I'll play against Pika, which is very scary because I believe a lot of people are just really, really good technically, and I'm just not there yet. You could just
you mean
like
on execution and whatnot?
Yes, their execution is always better. I usually manage to get an edge because, well, I have a nice tracker. I manage to plan properly, and I have some better bets sometimes. So yeah, that's how I get an edge. But if there's someone that is really, really good, then I have to hope that I make a mistake, or that just my route is lucky. And it's not easy. You cannot you just bet on that to win. Anything other than that, because there's just a random factor, and well, I might just be going at the beginning to Link's house and North Italia, and someone else might just find the boots, the flute, and just explore everything while I'm just struggling in whatever.
I mean, that's all it takes. It just takes one missed item, one missed entrance, one different routing option, one little thing here or there, and like that's what happened in this one. Is like Zarby he got his bow and then he went back into the Dark World, and he actually swam over, mirrored again to check the island, the Venus Fairy Fountain, whatever island. Went back into the Dark World and then swam up, and instead went over, checked Hobo, did Pyramid, and then Catfish, Zora, all that stuff. But he never made it back down to check the shopping mall, as they call it.
Yeah.
So he ended up putting that off, and that's just it's just what are the odds that that's where the Titan Mitts are going to be and that's where the dam's going to be. So that's all it takes. Just takes one little mistake or one. It's not even a mistake. It's just one routing option that didn't pay off, and then all of a sudden it's highly looking in someone else's favor, which is what makes randomizer so exciting. Is really anyone has a really good chance of succeeding. It's not all about execution. Execution definitely plays a big part, especially if you have like a lot of practice, even doing like low percent stuff, because you guys were on Fighter Sword for quite a while. And I feel like that's a thing that happens a lot in Entrance Shuffle. There seems to be a lot of low percent in the game for a while at the beginning, but I haven't watched enough to really make that assessment.
The thing with Entrance Randomizer is that even if you're on Fighter Sword, there's so much you can do. You don't necessarily have to clear the dungeons. You can go to find a lot of different caves. You might just find Hype Cave and then Mini Molder, and then you'll get more items. Even if you have very little options, you can do a lot. It's really rare that you're stuck actually where you have to do some late game dungeon with Fighter Sword. I just remember one race where we had to go get the Fire Rod, I believe, in Ganon's Tower. We were on Fighter Sword. It was like kind of hard to get there. It was in the chest above armors, so you had to get there with no lamp, with very little health, and then you just had to go to Turtle Rock, which was a desert, and then you have to fight it with Fighter Sword. And we just find the Ice Rod in Turtle Rock itself. So that was just like very, very low percent. You have very little magic. You just have very little health.
Did you have the hammer?
Yeah, we had the hammer. So it was all right.
Oh, for G-Tower. Yeah.
Yeah, because...
Okay, well, that's not too bad. Hammer Trinex is easy.
Yeah, but that was like in situation, very low percent. Kind of annoying.
Yeah. But
so it happens. It's rare, but when it does, well, just get to do with it. It's the same for the opponent. So I mean,
yeah, I remember playing some Open Seeds and where I'm like, oh yeah, I can easily do this, easy peasy, and then I go in and try and do Mothula with Fighter Sword and like 6 hearts and get destroyed. I'm like, what? Maybe it's not that easy.
It's not that easy. That happened to me in my first race, actually, against Amazing and Pharos. And I was at Skullwoods. We didn't have a lot of things, so I was like, I'm going to clear it. And I choked on Mothula, and I died twice. I lost 5 minutes trying to kill it. It had the Titan meat, so it was a good thing for me to persevere. But in the end, I lost the race by 2 minutes 30. So should I have like?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. So if I had killed Mothula faster, then maybe I would have run the race. I don't know, or maybe I would have just played differently because I wouldn't have felt that I was so far behind. And oh, great! I got the meats on the hard dungeon early. I'm good. I can chill now and not take many risks. So yeah, so there was maybe that factor. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes you just lose a lot of time.
Speaking of losing a lot of time, I think Zarby has forgotten where Skullwoods is.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even found the entrance yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think he has ever stepped foot into the backside.
It's just, isn't it East Death Mountain, Light World?
Yeah, so. the top cave.
Yeah, right next to where you bonk for the fairies.
Yeah, exactly.
We were all talking about you not finding Meyer. Sorry, I can't find Skullwoods. The exact opposite. Oh, it's rough.
Yeah, it's just that...
That's the downside of Entrance Shuffle. It's so easy to forget. Or there's so many locations, and which is why I don't do that many of them, because it's like I like my muscle memory the way it is. I want to know that if I go here, it's going to be something that I know what it is.
Yeah. The thing is, for me, it was not really a problem because I had very location left to check that were possible for dungeons.
Yeah, you're also tracking stuff, so
Yeah, I'm also tracking, and I
I'm
have
curious
some.
if Zarby is tracking or not.
Yeah, I was probably got a notepad on the side taking notes. But on my tracker, there's a good thing is that I didn't just put squares everywhere. I put squares and diamonds and triangles and circles, and they all mean a different thing. And it helps me to have like an overview quickly and see what is left. So that's something that helps a lot, really. Now, the only big problem I have is, if the tracker is too good, maybe my opponents will just use it.
Maybe.
But
So
well,
are the names that you gave these locations are?
Vasquez.
I was looking at them. I was like,
Rosen.
are they like official names? And then I saw one of them
No.
has a very choice name. So I'm like, that can't be official.
No,
way.
it's not. Vasquez made them. I don't know how to call some places either. So, well.
I'm gonna cut in here real quickly. Zarby just forfeited. He says he can't find the entrance to the back entrance to Skullwoods, and he won't. So,
should we tell him?
I don't know if he wants to come in here or not.
Oh, Orphis is telling him right now. Yeah. Well, GG's, guys. You know, it's bound to happen. I feel like the forfeit rate in Entrance Shuffle is a lot higher than in the normal randos. I'm seeing a lot of 60,000. I'm seeing a lot of forfeits, especially in the first round. Man, quite a bit.
The thing is, when you lose in the losers bracket, there's not a lot of reasons to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you forgot the location, it's just so tedious.
Well, I mean, if you lose in the other one, it doesn't. In the winner's side, it doesn't really matter if you finish or not either, right? You still go into the losers.
I think people talked about ties and things like that. So I don't know how really.
Yeah.
But maybe if two people finish really at the same time their race, then they will use some kind of score made with the previous games played. I don't really know.
No idea.
That's very rare, so I would hope that doesn't happen. Because there's no good measurement to compare two different seeds with one another.
Yeah.
And then you get into weird territories like we did in the last rando tourney, where it's like, yeah, with like weird seeding. Well, I mean, there's no bracket stage after this, so they didn't know that. But well, there you have it, guys. That's our race for you. It looks like Zarby's going to go ahead and, with his new information, he's probably going to go finish Skullwoods anyway. I don't know if we have anything scheduled on here after this, since this is Speed Gaming 2, the backup one. I also don't know if we have any other Entrance Shuffle races scheduled in the near future. I'm the new guy here, so tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow at 8 p.m. EDT, there's a game between Feraime and Badmans.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we'll see you guys then.
Definitely.
Yeah, GG again, Orphis.
Thank you.
Good luck in your next round. It looks like you're really tearing up the loser bracket.
Yeah, gotta keep the train going.
Yeah, I said it a long time ago. My goal is to get my revenge on Amazing and Pharos. So it better wins.
So, based on how you think he's going to perform, you're probably going to have to fight him in either losers finals or in grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. If I lose against the winner of the tournament's first round, that's fine. So that's what I thought. But I believe it's a grand favorite of all the different predictions. So...
second place, nothing wrong with second place. That's pretty good. That means you'll get top, you'll automatically qualify for the next entrance shuffle randomizer tournament.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually gonna let's just stick around and watch Zarby finish this up. He's almost done.
Yeah, I've got a couple more minutes.
Won't take long.
Unless he starts dropping frames. Then, I don't know. But, yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for letting me come on and commentate. I definitely want to do more entrance shuffle. It's fun. I don't want to say more fun, but it is definitely fun. In its own right. It has its own... I don't know, it's a completely different way of thinking about the game.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy about it.
The thing that is interesting is that it's very different every time. There's just so much variation you can get in regular item randomizer. Here, you can maybe just get the items to do Mire early, and then you have to go to the Dark World with very little health and do some weird dungeons you didn't expect to do.
Mm.
And there's a bigger part of exploration versus just completion of dungeons. So that shifts the objectives quite a lot. That's why I like it. Because item shuffle is fun, but it's very, very similar.
Straightforward, yeah. Then you start throwing in some randomizers, and then it just starts going crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Zarby, we get it. You got a flute. That's very nice. It sounds great.
Well, something that you can do also is shuffle all the different buttons and keys under the pots. That's a fun thing.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. That's you can keep that. I don't want that. This isn't. That's getting into like Super Metroid randomizer territory. What I want, which I actually asked Zarby about, is with randomizer, I want to be able to shuffle my own damage, like my weapon damage, to get randomized. So like my boomerang can do like silver arrow damage or something silly like that. That's what I want. That would be wacky.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fun.
Or like you do a bomb jump and the bomb is the power of a Ganon hug. Wouldn't that be great? Don't you guys want that? Yeah? That sounds fun.
I like your first idea better.
Or yeah, all the sword upgrades are different. So like fighter sword is butter sword, and then you can accidentally downgrade.
It's a gamble every time.
Yeah.
You can imagine having like your fighter sword doing butter sword damage, and then every time you open a chest, there's like the risk of regressing to fighter sword. That could be
great. Yeah. Well, there you guys have it. It's frozen for me, but I can hear the music, and it seems that he has finished. He has successfully finished. Oh, there it is. There's the Triforce room. We did it.
Yay.
Congratulations to Orphis and for Zarby making a fantastic run in the tournament as well. Thank you guys all for hanging out, for watching. Thank you guys for having me on here. I'll try and jump on another one here pretty soon. I had fun. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was, but this one was actually pretty easy.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks a lot for having me too. Thanks a lot for co-commentating with me, Willard.
Yay!
Thanks, of course, to Fiesel for hosting.
Of course. And for Zelnus and whomever helped track. Shouts to you guys. So thank you guys for making this awesome tourney. I kind of wish I had participated in it, but you never know. Maybe the next one.
There's always a next time.
Oh, Kevin, you took over Tracker? Well, shouts to you. I'm going to play that Plando of yours and hate myself sometime soon. So Any final lasting words, Orphis?
I'm hungry.
That...
I'm really hungry, so I'm going to leave you all and have some food.
Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly the same.
I'm gonna make some French toast. Alrighty, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, have a good night. Bye-bye.
See ya.